Hey, how we doing, everybody? Just thought I'd come do a Tuesday night hangout. You figure out where it's at on YouTube. And here it is right here. On YouTube. Alrighty then. If any of my friends want to join me here, I'll put the link up. This will be my, hey, 3D Print Viking. This will be my second hangout where I don't have my face rig app on. I'm acting like an idiot. So I'll try to be normal. I rearranged my hobby room here. So anybody wants to jump in and hang out, that'd be cool. Thought I'd do something different. Tom Lama just got off streaming, so I figured I'd jump on and just hang out and stream for a little bit. Hey, Red Light, what's up? What's going on? Let me pop out my chat so I quit looking at myself here in the second stream. Anybody wants to pop in, you're welcome to. Yeah, I spent a couple hours working on my hobby room here. I took my desk that was kind of turned sideways and I could barely move my chair back, turned it diagonal and shoved it way up. So I've got a path over there to go out the sliding door to go out back. And anyway, it's different. So I got a lot of room here to walk around. So I can kind of get up and, I got plenty of room here now. Then I moved my Hypercube over here. I got the Ender 3 V2 sitting here. And then I got the Ender XL, which is 500 millimeters tall, sitting over there collecting dust. And I freed my desk up. Got some goodies in the mail today. Sunloo sent me out some PLA to try out, white and black. A week or so ago, probably 2 weeks ago, I done a review on, hey Doug, I done a review on their PETG white and black. And I didn't want white and black again to do another review on, but it's PLA, so it's a little different. I guess I can take the PLA prints, PETG prints, and show you the difference between them. And then I've got a filament dryer I'm going to do a review on tomorrow. So it's really dry here in Vegas, but still my filament sits out. It can still get some moisture here and there. I printed with some Matter Hackers a couple days ago, and it was extremely dry. Or probably had too much moisture in it because it was stringing really bad. So I'll do a video tomorrow. I'm going to weigh some different filaments, and I'll run them through the dryer and see if there's a weight difference in between them. And anyway. Yeah, Viking, if you have time, you can jump in. I got the link there posted. "3D Medic Vince, how you doing? Anybody wants to jump in, I've got the link there for StreamYard. So I've never done a hangout stream before. Just my weekly streams. Tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Pacific, Brian Vines will be on from BB3D. Oh, anyway, and I ordered 10 stickers from Sticker Mule for $9. And it's not completely round. It's my 3D HP logo with the little hot end above it with 3D printing and painting below it. But then Robbie Mack is making me a banner that's getting mailed out soon. And he took the 3D printing and painting, put it up on top of 3D HP, and I really like the way the new style. That's kind of like that's what my Facebook group looks like now. And then one of the moderators went and changed my text down below, made it look really nice, Joe File. So I went ahead and changed that banner. I thought last night I was working on putting all kinds of pictures back on of current stuff, but I couldn't seem to get it the right size, so I went ahead and left it. I might soon just see if I wake up properly again, LOL. Drink an energy drink or a Monster. I don't know. So I can't say go out inside in the cold weather because it's probably still hot where you're at. So anyway. And I took my overhead light here. I took down. I hooked up my LED to the switch. And like a dummy, I flipped off the power to it. But I had a red, a black, and a black, and a white wire. Well, the white and the black were feeding the light. And I wasn't paying attention to the red one, which I had taped off, and I bumped it with my screwdriver. And of course, I never got zapped, but I had some sparks. So then I was thinking about it, and I realized the reason it's wired like that is for another switch. If you have a ceiling fan, one switch would be the ceiling fan, one for the light. So then I snipped it short because the casing on the red wire had broke. That's why I ground it out, and I shortened it up and retaped it up. So and I got my pension check today, so that was cool. We were just about out of food in the house. And so we went to the store this morning. Hey, Amanda, how you doing? went to the store, to Walmart grocery store, and unfortunately, me and my wife spent $280, and that's just basically buying what we had to have. So we were pretty much out of everything. So if I live on my pension every month, and you know, I have some affiliate links, but only a few of them pay pennies, so every little bit helps. And like I mentioned before, to some people I told I need to get an Etsy store going and start selling all my models in whatever condition they're in. If they're painted great, if they're painted bad, if they're, you know, unpainted, whatever, and just start selling off single models and trying to work all this down. So anyway, but yeah, if anybody wants to jump in, there's a link right there. Just click on it and I'll pop you in. So anyway, yeah, my Hangouts, I don't usually talk about sexually oriented stuff or anything like that. Like my live streams weekly, we can pretty much talk about everything, primarily printing and hobby stuff. I don't want to talk about politics. I don't want to talk about women or sex or things like that. That's not appropriate. So anyway, that's just how I feel about it. Yeah. What's his name? Not Dan, Justin. Justin has an Etsy store and he sells a few things on it, which I think he's selling way too cheap. He says, well, people won't pay any more money. Well, then you shouldn't sell it. I mean, don't shoot yourself in the foot. It costs you so much time to print it and, you know, power and then listing it and fees. And, you know, you got to get what you need. Basically 3 times whatever you invested in that is what you should sell it for. Unless you're Michelangelo, and then just because you touched it, it's worth more. So just got a new fridge since the other one broke and wouldn't chill the freezer. Yeah, I had a fridge under warranty. I don't know, it was like 10 years ago, and it went out on me overnight. And I was able to save everything in an ice chest, but because the warranty had just about ran out, I was able to put in a claim, and I got like $300 worth of free food, even though I actually didn't lose anything. And that kind of paid for my warranty I'd had up to that point. Yeah, I'm retired, so dinner time's whenever I want to eat, Amanda. So I got a pizza from Walmart earlier. I buy those fresh pizzas when you walk in the front door, and then I buy fresh mushrooms, slice on it, and throw them in the oven. Those are really good. The meat lovers are probably the best. My wife wanted pepperoncini, so we got a different one. But those tend to cook a lot more like cardboard. But then again, pizza to me seems like it's always better the next day. You throw it in the fridge, you nuke it in the microwave, and it's usually better the second time around. So anyway, here in the near future, probably within the next 4 or 5 days, I'll get a big banner, and up there where I have the Mandalorian, I'm going to hang it and say 3D printing and painting. And then someday, if I ever go to a show, which I don't know if that'll ever happen, to show off my junk, then I can take the banner, hang it on the front of a table. That'll look pretty cool. No, I can't handle cold pizza. So, yeah, I don't really care for cold pizza. I got to nuke it. So, the strangest thing that I like to eat is I get some toast. I toast it, put on butter, peanut butter, and then Miracle Whip. And that probably sounds gross, but it's actually really good. So, peanut butter and butter, peanut butter, butter, and grape jelly, or peanut butter, butter, and Miracle Whip. And we ran out of Miracle Whips the other day. I tried some mayonnaise, and couldn't handle that. Peanut butter, mayonnaise, nope, that didn't go together. Or I'll take Ritz crackers and I put peanut butter on them, a little bit of Miracle Whip, and they're pretty good. And my dogs are barking. Nikita! They probably see a cat or a bird or a kid. Anyway, yeah, I didn't post this on YouTube, Twitter. I guess I can go post a link on Twitter, right? Or let me copy my YouTube link. I'll put it over on Twitter. Calm down, guys. Give me 1 second here. Here now it's on Twitter. Yeah, I've eaten Miracle Whip forever. I like it. Let me go yell at my dogs. Give me a minute. Hey, stop. Hey, stop. No. Stop. Come on. Come on out. Calm down. Okay, I'm back. Oh. Yeah, here's Sandy. Here's my new dog. She wasn't the one barking. It's mother dog, Nikita. Calm down. It's okay. It's okay. I'll give you bones in a minute. I'll give you bones in a minute. Go, go, go. Anyway, so this ought to be pretty cool. The UPS guy, when he came out, the regular driver, these were all in a white bag, and he set them on my white picket fence, kind of teeter-tottering, and I went out to get them, and kablunk, they hit the ground. So it didn't hurt them, I hope. Got a couple dents in the box, but it looks pretty good. This will be the first time I've ever actually used a filament dryer. I have this other one. I bought this like a year ago off of Amazon. And it was pretty cool. And as you guys most usually know, you got to cut out the centers so you can stack it up real tall. I put a roll of filament in it. It doesn't have a temperature control. You just turn it on, that works. It got hotter than hell. And then which I didn't like that at all on their spool. And then it started making a weird noise, so I unplugged it. So then I contacted Sun Lu about wanting to do a review on their Kickstarter, their filament dryer. So they hooked me up. They sent me out one. It took a while to get them to send it out to me, but persistence usually wins. So, all right, take care, Amanda. Yeah, this is really weird. I just went live right now, like I'm in a Hangout. Doesn't bother me in the least bit. When I go live, knowing that people are watching, I'm getting ready to do the countdown timer, and it's ticking down to when you got to start, I get really nervous. But on a Hangout, it doesn't bother me because I'm not under any pressure. I just pop in and talk. So what's everybody doing today? Is everybody back to work? Are you still at home hanging out? What are you printing? What are you building? Your kids driving you crazy and you want to get a refund? You know, find the receipt and take them back to the store and get a refund on them? Or are you getting the same one, Vince? The one from Sun Lu? Okay. So I guess they released them to everybody. So when I do my video tomorrow, I can mention that everybody has them in the mail, I hope. Yeah, Viking work from home. Well, that's cool. I talked to my neighbor down the street. He works construction like I used to do, and he's working on a solar plant out in Boulder City. And he said he's working 4/10s. It's like, wow, that's like the perfect job, 4/10s. You know, you get 3 days a week off. Hopefully they're all connected. But all the years I was in construction, I wish I could have worked 4/10s. You know, what's that extra 2 hours a day if you know you're going to get an extra day off? Every week is like a vacation. You can drive down to California, go to Disneyland in 3 days, whatever you want. So that's like perfect. And I'm drinking my wife's Coke. She drinks Coke Zero. Back in the day, I used to drink like a 6-pack or almost a 12-pack every couple days, and I quit drinking soda. And now I just have one once in a while. So I usually just drink bottled water, and I buy those flavor packets from Walmart and dump in it and shake them up. My doctor says drink so many bottles of water today to clean up my system. Hey, Chris Travis, how you doing? Hey, Chris, you want to hop in? I got a link up at the top there. If you see it, and if you don't, I can repost it. So I'd love to have some people drop in. Because I don't, there goes my dog again. Nikita. Got to get a water bottle and sprayer, I guess. My dogs don't like water. Nikita, please stop. No barking. Oh, that's Sandy. Go tell Nikita to quit barking, all right? Tell her that I'm talking on my computer to people all over the world and her that she needs to be quiet, okay? Tell her to come lay in her chair, all right? 9 people watching. Who wants to hang out with me and join me? Anyway, a couple weeks ago, if you guys remember, I done the Face Rig app, and for an hour and a half, I sat here and talked to myself. There was a few people in chat, and I had the avatar on, and I changed my voice, and my wife said it was completely stupid, but I had fun with it, so I'm going to leave the video up. And the people want to give me a thumbs down, well, okay, that's fine. I can act like an adult, or I can act like a 2-year-old. It all depends what day of the week it is and where I'm going. Cool. Thanks, Vince. So anyway, yeah, I'll take a shower after a bit and get up in the morning, put on some decent looking clothes, and start taping a video. So, and then start printing goodies on with their PLA. There's somebody popping in. There's Vince. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Oh, pretty good. Oh, shoot. I am way zoomed in.
You're what? There you go.
Oh, no, my screen was a little zoomed in more than I anticipated. I'm tearing things up, just trying to package and get things out of here. I'm running out of room.
Yeah, I need to mount
3 days off.
I need to mount a camera up high so that I can do this more often and just be doing stuff in here and occasionally looking at, see who's saying what, and I can be doing stuff.
Okay. Pop chat out.
And my dog's barking again. Let's go ahead and close that. There we go.
I told myself to stay off these auction site, but keep running right back to it.
It's really annoying when you watch the video over on the other screen and you see it delayed. So I just closed it completely.
Hey, Mike.
How many printers you have in total, and are you planning to get one of those new resin printers to look for a mask? How many printers do I have? I've got 2 CR10s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Ender 3s, one's in a box. I got a new Ender V2, Ender 3 V2, and then I got a Hypercube and 1 resin printer, Elegoo Mars original. I want to get a bigger resin printer, so the one that they're just now releasing, people are getting with little defects in it, hopefully around Christmas when I get my taxes back, because they still haven't processed them. I'll buy it with my taxes. I definitely want a bigger resin printer. What does a full helmet? My Hypercube CR10 will do a full helmet, which is 300 by 300 by 400. You just got to position it diagonally. So, but you can do a full helmet on that easy. Just have supports around the eye sockets and around the base. You don't need any interior supports, because when you're printing, it can do the taper with no problem. Hey, Lewis, you didn't miss anything. I just started streaming about 15 minutes ago. Figured I'll start doing Hangouts also. I'm buying StreamYard, so I might as well start doing Hangouts and then weekly live streams together. And if I can only get certain people on as my special guests, I might do multiple live streams in 1 week, whatever it takes. So based on a person's schedule, I'll work around their schedule. One thing I don't like is that I can stream to multiple locations paying for the basic version. So tomorrow night, I'm doing my group on YouTube, on Facebook, my page on Facebook, plus YouTube. But when you go to YouTube to see how many people watch my video, it's going to say 25, 26, whatever, even though there might be the same amount of people on Facebook, if not more, but it won't show up on YouTube. So I basically won't get any cred on YouTube if they're not watching on YouTube. So it almost makes me not want to stream on Facebook. But then some people don't like Facebook, and I don't know who wouldn't like YouTube. Everything's on YouTube.
I think what I hate, sometimes I'll be watching a stream, and then I'll fall asleep, and I'll wake up in the morning, and it's streaming something I didn't even care for, and it's like, no. I'd rather if I was watching one of your streams and I fall asleep and that stream ends, then it would go into maybe something else that's in your archive. So at least if it just queued up and kept playing, you're going to get some kind of a credit instead of somebody else that I have no idea what's playing.
Showing the mask I just done.
Yeah, Mike, I use that 3D scanner app. It's in the Samsung Galaxy store. The latest version works really well compared to when it first came out. Is that the one you were working on earlier? No.
Now here's the one I was working on and I was painting. I got to take all the tape off.
Okay.
This one was
I
done on
thought you were working
PLA
on one.
on my TiVo, and it maxed out right here. It's like, oh man, it was fine in the slicer, but the print wouldn't print any higher, so I had to cut it and do some sanding on it. It's not perfect, but it's real hard to see where I glued it and puttied it. But that's for a friend of mine on a Facebook friend. He wants it for his daughter, so I gave him a reasonable price on it. Oh, let's see what else do I got here. This I should have had done by now, but I don't know. If you're like me, I start a project, get halfway through it, and then I go to the next project.
Focus.
Which app we looking at?
Oh, he was asking about what app I use to do 3D scanned. It's called 3D Scanner. I can't get a focus on the screen.
Okay.
Red Light's got the Note 20 Ultra. This is the Note 10 Plus, and with the software for doing the 3D scans, it does a great job, especially with people now. It used to have trouble, but it works great.
It's a Mary Jane I'm working on, Spider-Man's girlfriend/wife. It was resin printed. It was split down the middle on a resin printer, and then the legs were cut off down here for my Elegoo Mars. And I just printed it, and it all went together real nice. I just need to finish it.
Yeah, I've got a total of 3 Anycubic photons, 2 that are working, and 1 the control board's not firing up the LCD. So it's a parts machine as far as I'm concerned. I only got like maybe $60 in it. So it'll make for a good parts machine. Especially since I think the screen does work. I think I hooked it up to one of the other ones just to test to make sure that it fired up.
Yeah, one of the Ender 3s I got from an auction house where you get a lot of your stuff. Mm-hmm. At least I think it was you buying it. And the board was bad on it, so I've taken off the hot end, but I need to build it and do something with it. And then I see that Country 3D, Walter, I guess, based his Ender 3 off his new laser printer. So maybe I'll just put it together and make a blazer out of it.
I've got so many, but I thought, like, I've got one. It's from a company called Rep Guru, and it's basically an i3 style clone, but with the acrylic frame. But it's got like the ramps board, the Uno, all the motors, steppers, and everything. I thought about maybe I could just set that up for like a laser, but I've actually got 2 of these large frame lasers, but this one, the frame's broke, so I just got the acrylic's broke, so I just got to 3D print some parts, and then I'll have 2 large frames that are like 400 by 500.
Are you guessing on that, or did you get some blueprints off Thingiverse or something to base it off of, or?
From what I've seen on Thingiverse and stuff, it's a common type of a design. So even if I print different parts, the extrusions are the same profile. It's just mount everything onto those, and
okay,
the way it goes. And I've got.
Well, I mean, you're going to build it from scratch, right?
Oh no, the frame is there. It's just the acrylic was all broke, so I'm just replacing pieces. Yeah, I've got. What do I got? I got a 2.5 watt one and a 500 milliwatt. So I just basically need to mount. I'm thinking about taking the 15 watt, which I'm not sure what the actual power is after it's all said and done, and maybe mount it so that way instead of having a 5x7 area, I can actually have the 500 by 400 millimeter. So that way at least I can increase the work area.
Chris Travis, your question, what kind of paints do I use? Well, when I first started painting, I went to Walmart and I bought cheap apple barrel. And a lot of people say it doesn't have enough pigment in it. It works fine for me. I use it on heads, large things, bases. I can airbrush with it. I just thin it out a little bit, and I can spray with it. And then I started buying Citadel. I've got some Cretex airbrush paint, some Warhammer, I think it's called. some Liquitech Basics, and then I went to Hobby Lobby and bought a few things. It's just as time goes on, you see something you want to paint, so you buy a little paint here, a little paint there. A few years later, you have all kinds of junk. And then some of your original stuff starts drying up and you got to throw it out. So, a little bit of everything, but I started out with the cheap stuff. I don't like painting anything big with a little tiny bottle of what I consider expensive paint. If it's $5 a bottle or $6 a bottle, I tend to try to get a bigger, cheaper paint to do the same thing and use the smaller bottles for other models. And then I don't have a shaker of any type. The one guy made that Jim was showing was pretty cool. I just put ball bearings in it. I buy ball bearings off Amazon, put a couple of them in there and shake up the bottles with ball bearings. It makes it real good. If not, it separates. You got to dump it out to paint with it, and you got clear liquid coming out, separates, and it'll ruin your paint. Yes, I do use primer. I just use Rattle Can primer. I prime outside. Obviously, I'm not going to use the enamel primer in the house. It smells too bad. I do have some gray airbrush primer that I use occasionally. Like for this model here, I use airbrush primer on it, just hearing that, thinking it might be a finer mist. But most of my stuff, I just buy Rattle Can black, white, gray. It depends what I want to paint. Do I exactly know with what color primer it goes with what color paint? No. But typically a high gloss paint, like if you're going to do a chrome, you want a high gloss black. I'll prime it gray, hit it with a high gloss black, and then I can spray chrome over that lightly. But if you spray too many layers of chrome, then it turns silver. You got to lightly spray chrome over high gloss black, and it makes it pop. But if you keep going over it, now you're going to have silver paint, basically. So. Yeah, I freed up a ton of room turning this desk diagonally and moving it out. Now I'm not rolling back, hitting my other printers. Like I can get up and walk around. It's like a big pyramid here. That comes around.
Yeah, I haven't gotten around to doing it. I haven't really printed anything in the last couple of weeks, but one of the auctions I got a flex plate for the Ender, and it is new.
Cool.
So
Nice.
I just got to put it on there.
Yeah, flex plates work really good. I've got texture on one side and PEI on another.
Yeah, this one's a PEI, and then for the $4.70 that I paid for it, I am quite happy.
Clear coat after. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say I just need to actually put it on the printer. I've just been putting it off.
Yes, after you paint anything with acrylic paint, you've got to put some kind of protector on it, or it'll nick or chip up real easily. You can use a Liquitex clear varnish to go over it, which you can brush on, or you can use your airbrush, or you can hit it with a matte finish in a Rattle Can you buy at Lowe's or Home Depot. And if you want it to really be super shiny, get a high gloss Rattle Can paint and spray it with that. But yeah, you definitely want to coat your models with something when you're done. If you want it to look like you painted it, hit it with a matte finish, and then once you hit it lightly everywhere, it'll look the same. Because obviously, if you paint it with a high gloss, it's going to pop. Let's see. I even use, Johnson's Pledge Floor Wax. You can buy Pledge Floor Wax, use it in your airbrush gun, and you can spray models that way, and it gives a kind of a metallic look, a high gloss. And I think a friend of mine told me that he couldn't find it anymore. But I've had a bottle for a year or two. But a lot of people that have been modeling for 20, 30 years, they'll buy Pledge Floor Wax and spray their models with that.
Yeah, I've not actually done any kind of touch up on any prints. Of course, I haven't printed a lot of models like that where you'd want to paint them. I just print some simple stuff, but I don't know. I had plenty of time to do some good large prints, and I didn't even take advantage of that while I was off work. Just didn't.
Are you working 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day? What kind of shifts?
24. Well, my base shift is 24 hours, and if I pick up overtime, it could be a 36 or a 48.
So, you're a medic. So, are you in an ambulance, the fire department?
Yeah, I do both, fire EMS.
Okay, so you hang out at the fire station all the time, or you're in a vehicle parked around town waiting on a call, or
at the station. Actually, right now, because of COVID, we're not even allowed out of the station unless it is for a run. Just anything that keeps us from having unnecessary exposure.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, some days are busy, some days are a little slower, but we're a busy department. I would say typically EMS wise, we have 2 stations and we do about 4 to 6 runs a day out of each station easily on EMS, not including any fire related runs, but yeah, we keep busy. We're not busy like a city department, which may make like 20 calls, but we're still pretty busy.
So you're not busy, you're cleaning stuff, you're cooking, you're painting, you're playing games, working out. I mean, usually busy doing work stuff or just whatever?
Before COVID, we'd be doing all kinds of things, training, doing out fire hydrants, fire inspections of businesses and stuff. With the COVID right now, as of today, we're now going to be going out and doing the hydrants for the year to get those all checked, service and everything. But we're still not doing fire inspections in businesses until things have kind of settled down. So pretty much everything we do around the station is just a lot of cleaning and servicing things and just, whatever paperwork we need to get caught up on. But they keep us busy, but they're not riding us as much because, well, there's not as much to do. So they understand that you got to kind of spread that work out.
When I went grocery shopping this morning, and not too far from my house, there's a main road, and there's a junior high and an elementary school side by side. Yes, there was cars in the parking lot because there's probably teachers or something working, but obviously there's no kids in Vegas working or at school. They're all at home because they have no in-class anywhere in Vegas. The lights are blinking. Did I slow down? No. Did my wife say I should have? Yes. She said, you're going to get a ticket. The lights are blinking 15 miles an hour. There's no school. So when I got home, I called 311, the non-emergency number, waited 40 minutes, and they said, yes, if they're blinking, you have to slow down. It doesn't matter if there's school or not. If they're blinking, you'll get a ticket. That's not right. There's no school. I shouldn't have to slow down for a school zone. But whatever.
For some reason, I thought I seen on signs where it says, during school hours.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm not sure, like, if there is no school, there's no one there.
Yeah, cars were in the parking lot, but there's no kids because they're not in class. So I don't know. Whatever. I'll have to slow down. I don't want to get a huge ticket because it would be a huge ticket. So the city would do it just because they can, I guess.
Yeah, I slow down, just have it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. But yeah, my middle kid, she's just getting ready to get her license, and she's I think it's next Friday she takes the actual driving test, but now they're not doing where the instructor gets in the car to check you off. They've got one location, which is like an hour, not quite an hour, probably about 45 minutes away, that she has to go to. It's got a big enough course that they can stand outside and just watch you go through without being in the car, which sucks because we have a BMV testing station that is like 15 minutes away, but they don't have a big enough course, so they just had a fenced-in area to practice your parallel and going through the cones. But it is what it is. She'll be happy to get checked off, but unfortunately, I told her, it's like, you still got to get your mother to sign off on that.
How old is she?
Well, in 3 days she will be 17.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I've been driving since I was 16, and then I think in Vegas they changed it to 18, and so I think if kids are in high school, they shouldn't be allowed to drive to high school, because that was my downfall. As soon as I didn't have to take the bus and I could drive clear across town, hey, let's go to the lake, Jerry. Hey, let's do this, let's do that. I screwed up 10th grade. So I wound up getting a GED. At the end of the school year, they said, well, Mr. Knapp, you're not coming back here next year. Go re-register. So I went and got a GED. So I don't know that the diploma would have helped me, other than I would have done it. If you're in school 10 years, come on. It's only 2 more. Just do it. 10 years is a long time. So kids that drop out, I don't understand. You've been there that long. It's almost done. Just finish it.
Yeah, well, luckily she likes school. She's trying to decide what she wants to do afterwards. She's thinking maybe go be a teacher. That's what she's thinking, but that could all change. She's got, due to when her birthday falls in the school year and stuff, she's still got another year after this. She'll be a, let's see, senior, junior, freshman, sophomore, senior, junior, senior. Yeah, so she'll be a junior this year. So she's got one more year after this, and then she'll be trying to figure out what she's going to do college wise. But she's thinking a teacher.
Yeah. I remember in junior high school when they had wood shop, metal shop, you could learn how to weld, you could learn how to arc weld, a lot of woodworking, and then all that stuff went away because all those people were making more money in construction here in Vegas or wherever else. But kids need to learn all that stuff. Sure, computers are great, but you need to learn how to work with your hands and work on your car. You need to learn all that stuff.
Well, yeah, there's just a lot of skills that would be nice, even if it's just a little bit. Like when I was in high school, we had photography, drafting, woodworking, metal shop, and yeah, it was just they were fun classes. Especially, I love the photography.
Mm-hmm.
Even have a nice little camera, but it's nothing fancy. It's what is that? The Canon Rebel TI1 or T1 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a decent camera. I've had it for I've had that thing at least feels like about 8 years now. It's been a good little camera. Of course, now cell phones will take pretty good pictures as they are now.
Yeah, I agree, Doug. Everybody needs a skill. But yeah, if you put kids, expose them to a lot of different things, they can try it out and they might run across something they like and say, well, I'm good at this. I want to do this. It's something they might not have ever thought about picking. So make them take certain courses that are hands-on, just because you never know. Somebody might say, wow, I'm good at this. I'm talented and I'm going to do this. Because somebody's got to build the country, the world, you know.
Yep.
Here's a picture of how I changed the hobby room right here. I've got that big open area now behind me. Before it was straight, so where that Ender 3V2 sitting down there below the Mandalorian, I had that long desk running straight through there, and I could barely turn out of my chair without hitting the printers behind me. So I got a lot more room now.
Yeah, that's one thing I haven't done that yet. Trying to print a helmet, and I got the CR10S Pro. I've got a couple other large printers as well. The ANET A8 Plus, the Atom Labs, and if I really need something big, I've got a CR10S5 that needs to be put back together. It needs a control board, but I also have a couple of those E3 Big Tree E3s. So
that S5, a lot of people told me that older S5, they were having trouble getting the bed level and nothing but problems. It was so big and clunky. It's got that double set of rollers on the rail, and those inside rollers basically do nothing. It's just the two outside sets.
I haven't really had too much problem, but I haven't printed anything big. But if I was to put that together to try to use it, I would probably get something like a BL Touch or something that can at least get me some better. But I've also, with the glass top on it, I've gotten used to some of these smaller ones that if they like the if I level the four corners and the center's high, then I know to put some tape on the outside to raise it up a little bit, or if it dips in the center, puts a piece of tape down the center to raise it up a little bit, and that usually takes care of my Ender 3 Pro. It's low in the center, so I put a piece of tape down the center, got it close, and then I did the manual. With the new firmware, you can just go through different spots and then just manually adjust it. And I've got a 0.2 feeler gauge, so I was using that to get the height where I want it. So now, whenever I go to do a print, I just basically, I got to go in because it's not saving it, but I got to go in and I just got to do my live Z and then just drop it a negative 0.2. So, which basically that height, and then I'll just get a nice first layer.
My CR10s, when I both got those, the glass, of course, was a little bit off, and so was everybody's. I went to a glass shop, and I had them cut me a mirror that was almost a 1/4 inch thick, the same, and they beveled the corners so they wouldn't be rough, and I put mirrors on all my printers. That's what I used to do, and as of late, I haven't done that. I usually put my bed mats directly on the aluminum plate, but I used to use mirrors, and like I say, the CR10s now still have mirrors, and I've got the magnets on the mirrors, so... seems to work out really good.
I had a CR10 and a CR10S, and I sold them, but I had bought one of those like 6-pack of mirrors from like Home Depot.
Yeah.
And I didn't even really use them because, again, I figured where the low spot was, and then just put a little bit of tape there to raise it up a little bit, and I just print on the glass without issue. Sometimes I just use like a little bit of hairspray, just get a nice little tack to it, and I can several prints with no problem.
Yeah, I did buy some smaller mirrors at Lowe's, have them cut them there because they'll cut your mirror for you for free. And I put that on a couple of enders.
Yeah, like I said, I got that new metal sheet. And actually, my Prusa Mark III, when I bought it, it was supposed to come with a texture sheet, and they were running behind because they hadn't gotten it to work. So when they finally got the sheets out, they gave you an option. If you wanted a regular PEI sheet, it would be free. If you wanted the textured, you pay a little bit different. So I got an extra just regular PEI sheet. So because the Ender 3 Pro and the Ender 5, because they already got magnets on it, just use that extra flex plate and throw it on it. Now I've got an extra plate, so now each printer has a plate, a flex plate. So I'm happy about that. I just got to get back into printing. I've taken a little hiatus. And then I've been also trying to work on like the lasers. I got a K40 I got to figure out what to do with. I've had it since last summer, and I've just not set it up.
And when I get the money, I'm going to buy something. But I got that CNC in the garage, but I got the Makita router on. I need to get that going. And my wife went on vacation for 2 months to Florida. It was getting really hot here, so I kind of quit working on it. It's completely put together. I just have to do the firmware on it and make sure everything's running the right directions, and that'll be good to go. It'll be very noisy and loud in the garage, but I got an enclosure that will help it a little bit. So once I get that up and running and I can make stuff, then I can say, okay, now let's try laser and move into something different and have many projects. So, and then that'd be something I could make and put up on Etsy, make some cool stuff and put on Etsy.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't have. I don't have any CNC. I had an opportunity to try to get one of those, what is it? It's got like 4 numbers, like 8020 or something. Anyway, it's just a little tiny CNC that you can find online. I almost bought one of those on the auction just to play with, but it just kept going up higher than I wanted to pay. I just wanted to have something to play with.
Yeah, I hate bidding on local auctions. I mean, probably any auction, but locally, people just keep driving the price up too high. And when you go in person, it's like I used to go in person occasionally, and you see the same people always running the bid up. They must work for the owners, and they drive the bid up so high. And it's like, it ain't worth that. If it's only $30 or $40 cheaper than what I can buy it for new, I'll go buy it new. It needs to be at least half price or lower. If it's anything above half price, I wouldn't even consider bidding on. I'd rather buy it new. My
general rule of thumb is I try to stay around 1/3 with a 1/2 as a cap. After it goes past that, it's not worth it because there's enough of that stuff that cycles through. Yeah. I'll catch it again at another point. That's how I got a lot of these printers is I would bid on them, and then eventually I would just win one. So that's how I still got an Ender. Well, the Ender 3 Pro was a box of pieces, just a box of parts.
Mm-hmm.
So didn't know if it was going to be any good or not. And figured, well, worst case scenario for I forget how much I paid, $40 or $60 for it. I figured I have parts I could do something with it, or maybe even take the Ender 3 that I won, and I can between the two of them I can make an Ender 3 Pro. And when I inventoried it, I was only missing 2 large screws to put the gantry on, and one of the shorter screws for the top to hold the cross beam at the top. And the Ender 3 had all of those screws as extras in the spare parts. So I put it together, and that Ender 3 Pro, it prints perfect for me. The person who had it, the magnetic sheet that was on there was just all gouged and stuff. It looked like they had a hard time getting the bed to level and getting it to print right. And I put it together, and it printed perfectly fine.
Yeah, one of my Ender 3s I got in an auction for $65 about, and every single screw was missing. It's like, come on. They took the screws out of the control board everywhere. Every screw was missing. Completely ridiculous.
Well, the nice thing is if you got extra screws, you throw it together. yeah, like I said, even the Ender 5 I've got, that was new as well. The extrusions were still wrapped up. It hadn't been used. I slapped that thing together, prints fine. The Ender 3, the extrusions were still wrapped up. The Ender 3 Pro, like I said, that was like a box of just loose pieces. The CR10S Pro was definitely used because the print surface also had gouges in it where they couldn't get the Z height leveled right to print. And I had a little trouble starting off, but I was able to figure it out. I eventually upgraded. I bought one of those upgrade kits from TH3D for it.
Uh-huh.
So that way I can just run straight Marlin on it and have that live Z and all the other functions. I also put a flex bed on that one as well.
And Timothy just done a video that the new Enders were coming out with different control boards, and they have an SD or micro SD. My Ender 3s all take a certain size plug, which is like one of my cell phones. But this new one I got with the 32-bit board is a lot smaller, so it's a micro SD or super micro, whatever. It's really, really tiny. So I had to dig around the house and find something to plug into it.
Yeah, like a cell phone connection.
Yeah, it's really small. It's not like all the other printers.
Yeah, all mine have the regular mini USB. So, but then again, the Ender 3 Pro I put in an E3 dip board with 2209s. I won a regular E3 board, but it wouldn't do anything. I end up ordering another one from Amazon with the intent that it might be bad and need to return. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
But it turned out it was flashed with the wrong firmware. If you don't flash it with because it was a 1.2 board, or 1.1. So if you didn't flash it with the 1.1 firmware and you use the original firmware, the hardware didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So once I reflashed the board, it worked perfectly fine. So now I've got three E3 boards or the one with the dip, but I'm gonna probably upgrade the other one so that way I get the nice quiet stepper drivers and.
Jester 3D, how you doing?
Right now I only got like 4 printers that I use, of which 2 of them I use the most, and that's either my MK3 or the Ender 3 Pro. If I need something a little bit bigger, then I've got the CR10S Pro. And the Ender 5 I'm still messing with. It's just sitting in a corner. It's just in an awkward spot to get to.
Eight-day vacation. Congrats. I used to remember when I used to take vacations. Now they're every day.
I got 6 years and 8 months.
One thing I can tell everybody that's working, that's not retired, when you're at work, you can't wait to get off. You're watching your watch, and it takes forever to get the day over with. When you're retired, it flies by, and it's the next day already. So enjoy working. The days are longer. Yeah,
I'll just be happy. I'll work and do something else on the side, but by the time I retire, I'll be 56, and this job is just tearing my body up. So I'll be glad. I'm not going to do a drop and stay another 5 years, especially being a grunt, not an officer.
I'm 56 now. My dad passed at 57 when I was 17 years old. Evidently, he had a blood clot in his leg. He was a carpenter. He was built like a bull, and if he was still alive, he'd probably still beat my ass if he wanted to. I mean, he was really short and really stocky, and it just got him that quick, instantly. The last time I seen him alive, we got in an argument over something. I don't remember what it was. I was 17. He went in the bedroom, slammed the door. I left for work, came home that night, and he was gone. So that's how I got to remember my dad. So appreciate your parents, because you don't know how long they're going to be around. So that's all I can say.
Yeah, I've had the misfortune of being home both times. Now, when my mom passed away, I guess she had gone up to use the restroom or whatever and had collapsed. I knew CPR, so I was doing CPR until the fire department got there and and worked on her, but she had passed from a massive heart attack. And then it was a couple months after that, because that was in like July. And then that September, I actually joined the fire department as a volunteer. And that was back in 91. And then in 93, I was on duty. I was at home and I could hear like my dad was like moaning, like something didn't sound right. Went in there and he was in the middle of having a massive heart attack as well. And he also passed away. But it was like, I always say that's just the unfortunate thing. I've done CPR on both parents. Just happened to be home when it happened.
So tell me, I was told they worked on my dad for 45 minutes and they couldn't get him going. We all went to the hospital hoping he would be fine. Then the course doctor came and gave us the news, but obviously you don't know why he collapsed. So you're trying to get him going. Does that ever come into your mind? Maybe it was a blood clot and there's something you can do about it on scene, or is there nothing you can do?
Well, what we do nowadays, so we used to just scoop people up and then just head to the hospital and try to work on them. So these last couple of years, it's basically come to be a trend that you're just going to stay right where you're at so you can give the best CPR that you can give. And we even have a mechanical compressor that we can put that on. It'll do the chest compressions at the proper rate, the proper depth, and that frees us up that we can turn around and we can look at, okay, so what was going on with the patient? What's their history? What's some possibilities that we can treat? Was it a low sugar? Could have been, like blood, like their fluid level, like dehydration or something. We can look at different possibilities throughout that time as we're given a medication, and we can we call it the H's and T's. So you look at all the different possible reasons why something could be going on. So until they do like an autopsy and find out, it's like, yeah, they had a massive heart attack. If we put them on the 12 lead, we might see that they do have blockage. But there's nothing that we can do about that, unfortunately, except for just keep doing the CPR and try to at least put the medication, get the heart going, so we can get them in the hospital where they can be treated. But
yeah,
it's unfortunate that it's, even with all the technology, unless you're like right there within minutes of them collapsing, every minute past 4 minutes, it just makes it harder.
Mm-hmm.
So generally that 4 to 6 minute, that's your max. After that, your chances go down like 10% every minute. So yeah, it does make it hard. And you figure even by the time you're called, so they found the person, called 911.
And 10 or 15 minutes later, so it's probably too late already.
Yeah, so by the time you're getting on the scene, you're already past that 6 minute mark. So you really are fighting a downhill battle. But that's, like I said. Now, if it's a witnessed arrest, somebody was standing there and then they collapse, they call 911. The dispatchers give them the CPR instructions to get things started until we get there. They do have a better chance.
Mm-hmm.
So up until recently, we were doing CPR classes, both for businesses, for education, and for just the public who wants to take CPR. And there was, a small cost to cover the materials and stuff. But
so zapping somebody's heart with paddles is totally out of the question to try to get their heart going, or do you CPR only? Or
it depends on the rhythm. If they're in what we call VFib, which it's kind of like the heart shaking like Jello. There's just no regular beat. It's just quivering.
Okay.
We give medications for that. We have lidocaine, which is kind of like a numbing agent, so it kind of settles it down a little bit if it can. Mm-hmm. Another one is amiodarone. That one can also try to slow down that quivering, but then we can give a shock, and basically it's like slapping the heart. Stop that.
What about adrenaline, like I see in the movies? Is that movie stuff where they stick them with a big needle in the heart and they wake up and they're going 100 miles an hour?
We don't do that.
Okay.
We've had people who I had a guy that went into cardiac arrest right in front of us. We got there for chest pain. He was out mowing the yard, was complaining of chest pain, trouble breathing, sweating like crazy. He came in the house. Family called us. We get there. He's laying on the floor. We're checking him out real quick, trying to get a quick set of vitals. And then all of a sudden, he just went out. And just right in front of us. So we did everything that we needed to do. Got paddles on and started chest compression, started bagging him. And like within a minute, I think we even shocked him once. So within a minute of getting all that stuff started, we were able to bring him back. So,
A couple,
like I said, that first couple of minutes is your critical time that you have the best chance.
I've always been strong as a bull my whole life. And a few years ago, when I was having a bad bleeding problem and I refused to go to the doctor, didn't want to go to the hospital, I'm Jerry Knapp. I'll stay at home and I'll get better. Well, I didn't. I wasn't eating or drinking much. My blood pressure was upside down. And I got really extremely bad, but I kept telling my sister and son and my wife, I don't want to go to the hospital. But one night I got up to use the restroom, and on the way to the restroom, everything like turned white, and I ran into the wall in the hallway. I actually passed out. I landed on a box of clothes in the hallway. I bruised my tailbone, which took a year or so to finally get better. And it was pretty unusual. And then it happened twice, actually. Everything just kind of went white, and I just fell into the wall, and it was crazy.
Did it happen like shortly after like getting up from a seated or laying position?
Yes.
So sometimes when it happens like right after doing that, you get up quick, but your blood vessels don't have enough time to compensate and constrict to hold your blood pressure up. So essentially all your blood just drops down to your feet and you pass out for a moment, and then you're laying flat and you come to.
Yeah, and then once I did get out of the hospital, I was so bad off when I was there, they had to help me out in a wheelchair. Obviously, I couldn't lift my feet to get into my sister's car or truck, so they had to help put my feet in. Once I got home, I was using a walker around the house. I was that bad off. And when I would go outside, when I started feeling better to water the front yard, I'd lift my foot up in the flower bed to turn the water on, the hose bed, and I fell over and hit the house once because I was just so weak. But I'm not that way now. I'm almost 100%. And then I'd have major surgery and this, that, and other. So for a long time, I wasn't 3D printing or online. So
Yeah, I mean,
you're perfect until you're not.
Yeah, well, so there was a time I was working and we had a paraplegic who happened to just not be dressed, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea. He just flu-like symptoms, just sick. And we picked him up, and unfortunately, when we went to move him to the cot, he just lost his bowels all over us, and it's like, ugh. So finally get to the hospital, get changed out into some scrubs to get out of that, and later that night, I decided to, for whatever reason, I was like, I feel like I'm just going to do some bench pressing and do a little workout. Hadn't done it in a while. So the next day, I'm sore across the chest and the shoulder and stuff from doing bench pressing, but middle of the night, I wake up and, just very, diaphoretic. I got some chest soreness to the shoulder, but it's like, I just worked out and I'm sore. And kind of blew it off as that guy got me sick. And after 6 days, like I would eat and I'd get like a little like a flare up of a heartburn. Like, so finally 6 days later, I'm at work and I'm like, we had dinner and it did it again. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go to the hospital. I have a feeling that something's going on. Maybe I'm getting a little reflux. Never had it before, but it just feels like I eat and stuff and it just flares up. And go to the hospital. And of course, whenever you say you have any kind of chest issue, pain, discomfort, and then they're going to do a 12 lead. Mm-hmm. The tech did the 12 and she's like, well, I don't know how to read these things. And I'm just looking at it. It's like, well, with this, going downward and stuff, it just basically means the heart's not getting quite nearly as enough oxygen and stuff. This is my 12 lead. And I'm just reading it as an everyday thing. Mm-hmm. So they did blood works and my troponin levels were up. And the next day took me to the cath lab and stuff. I had 95% blockage in my left anterior, which is the largest vessel that runs down the side, which they call the widowmaker. If that gets blocked off, you're dead. There's nothing that you can do. But it was all the way at the top. So the 5% that was open was still a sizable opening.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, you're fine one day. And
I wish that everybody would know when they're going to die. Maybe not how, but when. You can plan your life around that day.
Yeah, unfortunately, also having that knowledge might make you do things differently than you normally would.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, it's kind of a two-way thing. You might be more open to do things because it's like, I may not have this chance. But then again, you might sit there and go, well, and be a little caught. It's hard to say. All I know is they put the stent in. The cardiologist is like, well, how do you feel? It's like, the same as I always do. He goes, well, most people with that kind of blockage feel like a new person. I'm like, yeah, this only happened over a span of 6 days. This is not something that has been there for a long period of time. So it had to start from that time after that patient did some workout and got sick the next day. So somewhere in that little span there is where it triggered, and it just built up during that week. Because after they put the stent in, I was like, yeah, I don't feel any different than I do any other day.
Mm-hmm.
So I got lucky on that one.
Anybody in chat you want to drop in? I've got the link there in chat if you'd like to pop in and hang out. So Jared, I see Jared's here. My wife is in another room. That's Betty Boot 45. Hey Mike, how you doing? But like I say, anybody wants to jump in, you're welcome to jump in and hang out and chat. Talk about 3D printing, painting, hobby stuff, whatever. We're kind of off the subject now, but anyway, you're welcome to join us. I just thought this isn't my normal weekly stream. I thought I'd start doing hangouts. I got nothing but free time, so I'll have guests on every week whenever I can have a guest on, and then I'll do random pop-up hangouts.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I haven't actually been on stream outside of the chat for pretty much since I got back to work. Tonight I just happened to be off for 3 days because tomorrow I took a vacation. Yeah, I got so much vacation time that I haven't used this year because I was off already with the injury. So I felt bad just taking another block of couple of weeks. So I've been taking vacation days and just dropping them every 3 weeks on the middle of the week when I work. So then I would be off Monday through Friday, kind of like have a week long. But then if I want to pick up some overtime, I'm not really working a lot. So I still got quite a bit of days to use up before the end of the year. But
yeah, my son is at home, homeschooling with his kids, which is driving him nuts. And he just got laid off from his strip job that he had doing IT. And I said, well, you want to be a teacher? He's like, no, I'm not going to be a teacher. So anyway, yeah, kids are fun. Imagine having, 30 or 40 in a class. That's crazy.
Yeah, my youngest, well, I refer to them as mine. I've been helping raising them for the last 15, 16 years, roughly.
Years, yeah.
So I've been helping raising them, but I still refer to them as mine. Youngest, she's been doing homeschooling for like the last 4 years, and she does great in it. But unfortunately, socially, she's not so great because she's still a little shy. But yeah, on the online, she's doing great on that. Middle one, like I said, she's got this year and then next year, and she'll be done. She does great in school too, even though she's got a bunch of medical issues with juvenile arthritis, and she had to have her right ankle fused because there's no cartilage there on the inside. So she was always in pain, so they finally just fused it so that way it's not moving around. But she tries not to let things get to her, and she tries not to really say anything about it. She doesn't want any of her friends to go, oh, you got issues. So, but she'll try to play sports. She'll try to do everything 110% to the point to where she's just in pain, and we'll try to keep telling her, it's like, hey, you need to slow it down a little bit.
Yeah,
it's okay to slow down a little bit. So I had dinner with the oldest. Went out and hung up because his birthday was on the 24th. So him and I just went out to eat and just kind of hang out and talk. And
yeah,
so that was fun. Did that for about an hour. He actually, the nice thing is when he moved out, he only moved literally across the street to some apartments over there. So he's not far.
Well, that was nice. Last night on Dan's stream, Joe Telling dropped in for a while, so I got to chat with him for a little bit. So that was really cool.
I must have fell asleep during that part because I was watching for a while and I dozed off.
I was trying to install a face rig program on this computer, and then it kicked me out of StreamYard, and then he popped in, then I came back. So, yeah, he was on for, I don't know, a half hour at least, maybe a little longer, just hanging out.
Okay. That beats the 10 minutes, but.
Michael Castle, you're streaming about an hour and a half. Is that what you're saying? If so, post a link.
Tell you what, if I do streaming stuff, I've gotten a lot of gear off of these auctions. That's where I got the Yeti mic, and I got some umbrella lighting, green screens.
I'm sorry to talk loud, but my dog was chewing something. Probably plastic. There's too much plastic in this room. Don't eat off the floor. It's not food for tummies. Eat bones. And then when you go outside, don't eat poop. Yeah, every time I let my dogs out front, they run to the flower bed. They want to see if there's been a cat out there taking care of their business because they want some snacks. It's pretty nasty, and they want to lick me. I don't like dogs licking me. Oh, it's your birthday in about an hour and a half. Okay. All right. Happy birthday.
Yep.
How old are you going to be?
Old enough.
Yeah, we talk about something on the screen, and then by the time I see it, 33. By the time I see it on the screen, you're past that, and you don't know what the comment meant. But once again, anybody wants to come hang out with us, please click on the link, and you'll be here. Nothing to download, just hang out. And this is my official live stream where I don't have a base rig app on, or not my regular. This is just a Hangout live stream where I'm talking goofy with a app on my face rig. And if you're still here, Jared, let me show you that mask. Oh. I know you've seen it online, but the second one, there's the first one, Jared. And the second one, I'm trying to do, like you say, more cartoonish colors. So I've got blue tape on it I have to peel off, but the second one's coming along good. There are some layer lines on it, but when I get done painting it should hide most of it. And this is PLA, this is PETG. But they're coming out real nice. Anybody in chat have any questions? If you don't want to pop in and hang out with us, ask away. I think my wife is still watching. I think I can hear my voice in the distance.
Oh, I gotta do some research real quick. Nick. On that right.
Something I've never done before is normally when I paint a model, I don't tape an area off. I just paint up real close to it with my airbrush. Then I do the other color real close. If they bleed into each other, then I go in by hand and I touch them back up. This will be the first thing that I've ever actually tried to tape off to paint the different colors. And it takes a long time to paint the tape stuff off with pinstriping tape and then blue tape. Pinstriping tape is that really narrow tape like blue tape. It's green. And the Maker Geeks, Jared, I printed this in Maker Geeks. It was stringing extremely bad. So I guess it had some moisture in it. I just got a filament dryer, Jared, in the mail from Sunlu, the one they had their Kickstarter on. I'm going to start doing a video on that tomorrow. And I'm going to pop that Maker Geeks in there. I'm going to weigh it first, dry it out, and then re-weigh it and see if it pulls any moisture out of it. It's not very humid here in Las Vegas, but obviously, yes, there's still moisture in the air. So you still can get moisture in your filament, TPU or whatever. It's just not as bad as some other areas. So it's a good thing to do once in a blue moon, is dry out your filament. Or then again, when you buy it new, you don't know where it was packaged at. It could have been in a humid climate where they packaged it and the little tiny desiccant pack didn't pull the moisture out of the bag. So it is possible to buy it in a package with moisture in it. I don't know why you're scared to use PETG. I just crank mine up to usually 235C and 70 on the bed. Get a good squish on the first layer. It prints great. PETG is like PLA and ABS mixed. It's slightly easier to sand. It has a little more give to it.
I've actually not had any problems with PETG. I print PETG on my my MK3 using Crucia's profile, and like hardly any wisps at all.
Yeah, usually I don't. It depends. I have a lot of Ziltex. Some of it's stringy, some of it's not. It kind of depends on the color, but I think it's more of how much moisture was in it. I'm not sure. When I first got into 3D printing, I was printing with a lot of ABS and PLA, and yes, Zorro Fox, if I'm pronouncing that right, I do usually print in PLA. I do have one roll of TPU I've done a review on. I've never really had other than doing stuff for the video, I've never had a reason to work with TPU. I guess if I ever get into RC stuff, I guess I might have a reason for TPU, for tires and such. bumpers or something. But
Yeah, I've got a couple rolls of TPU. And I've also got some color change. Haven't really done much with it though, but I think I've got like a black, white, and one that goes from like white to blue or something like that.
yeah, I like rainbow's pretty cool. I usually prime things to get ready for paint so that someday, whenever I decide to paint something a couple of years from now, it's ready to go. But printing in colors has been pretty cool, and which most people already go down that route. They print things in colors and leave them alone. But I've been having a lot of fun printing stuff in different colors, just leaving it alone. Anyway, any of my YouTube or Facebook friends out there want to jump in and hang out with us, click on the link and come on in. Hang out, say hi. If non-fam sees this, well, I'm still waiting on you, non-fam, to jump in. I know you're camera shy. I was a couple of years ago, but once I got over it, I love it. I enjoy it. It takes some getting used to sitting there talking to the camera, but the minute one of your friends pops in, then you don't feel like you're just sitting there talking to somebody typing on the screen. Nice having somebody to hang out with. That social distancing online is what it is.
Yeah, if I'm not too talkative for the next 3 minutes because I'm watching an auction.
Okay. Yeah, I've had eBay auctions. I've had eBay auctions where I got really nervous. I'm trying to win a bid and I'm trying to get a bid in like the last 5 seconds, and you're kind of shaking, and then you win it or you lose it, and it's really gets you going.
Well, the thing I hate with eBay is you can get sniped at the last second. So what I would do is I would have like 3 bids lined up at certain increments apart, and then like the last 10 seconds I can just rapid fire one after the other if I have to.
Oh, you have 3 windows open?
Yeah, I'll have the auction open 3 times with 3 different bids, so that way I can just hit them if I have to. So if somebody tries to jump in, I can always counter, but within that 10-second window. Now, the auction site that I do, if you bid within the last 2 minutes, it extends it out to 3 minutes after that. So
yeah, that's in Vegas.
It extends it out in because they know that's the secret to getting as much money as possible. But they're not selling as a one person to another; they're selling it as a business. So
yeah, on Nellis auction here in Vegas, when I used to bid on stuff, which I don't know more, but when I used to get my Ender 3s, some of them, why do people bid a day or 2 early? It's like wait till the last. I guess in case they have to go to work, they might bid 8 hours early. But I try not to drive the bid up because I don't want to pay more money.
Yeah, this one auction, it's got 5 items. It's got a Garmin GPS unit. It's got a 2-cell 7600 LiPo. It's got this retro gaming console, which I just looked up. The gaming console alone is anywhere between $80 to $116 just for it. Yeah, and that's the only thing I really want out of that whole thing. But and the GPS, I mean, I use my phone as a GPS.
Yeah, I used to have not a Garmin, it was something else. Well, anyway, I used to have a couple. I got a couple out in my truck, and then I started using my phone whenever I go anywhere. Just lay my phone, the screen goes black, and when it needs to talk to you, it talks to you.
Yeah, my phone, if I take it and I plug it into the USB port, the Android Auto kicks in, so it'll actually turn the dash into a GPS, and I can still stream music and everything else with it. But I can just punch in my destination and just turn in the console or the dash screen into a GPS. All right, well, I just extended this auction out by 3 minutes. See what happens.
Hey, Jared, why don't you jump in and hang out for a minute? And if you don't want to be on video, you can have a emoji. You don't have to have your face. You can just talk. Yeah. You can do it on a cell phone, tablet, like that. So come in and hang out.
I hadn't actually done video chat until after I got injured, and I had nothing to do for 6.5 weeks but sit at home. Mm-hmm. So they gave me something to do in the mornings or in the evenings with Dan.
Yeah, when you get 9 or 10 people on the screen, it's hard to talk. It's almost like you need to hold up your hand. It's like, and then I like to try to talk over people to get my word in, but I don't want to interrupt. But That's kind of the only way you can do it is just start talking. Chat people, how many people are watching? 9 or 10? I'm not sure.
What did I do with the YouTube window?
I closed mine out. Mike, it never let the machines win. I haven't seen him on a live chat in a long time. So if you want to hop in, Mike, if you're still here, that'd be cool. I see you on Hangouts and chat, Mike, and I see you on StreamYard on Sunday nights at 6 o'clock making comments, and that's it. I haven't seen you live in a long time. How long can you store PETG longest if you don't use the whole roll? You can store it forever. I've been in the hobby for 3.5 years, and I still got a film that's 3.5 years old. That's fine. Just put it in a Ziploc bag with desiccant, it'll be fine. Or get a filament dryer and dry it out occasionally. David Haljan, 11? He's saying you can store it for 11 years. I don't know what the comment means, 11. Well, thanks anyway, Mike. Maybe next time. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's getting late for most people. It's almost 8 o'clock here in Vegas. It's 10 to 8.
The 11 was for the amount of people watching at the time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, duh. Yeah, I'm kind of slow. I've already forgot me asking that. I'm kind of brain dead sometimes. Thank you. Here, my wife can't type on her phone. Does anybody know what that says? That's some kind of weird Chinese language.
Man, I got 46 seconds. I don't think I'm going to chase this thing down more than what I've put on it. Like I said, the GPS and the retro game are cost-wise are definitely worth it. But I'm not going to go chase it down. So if they throw one more bid in, I'm out.
So Viking, did you just wake up or you haven't went to bed yet? Or you're just up for another 24 hours? And are you sitting in your chair or are you standing right now? There we go. She recorrected it. Watching. All right. Hey, Brandy, look. I'm drinking one of your sodas.
I won.
You won it?
Yeah, it's 5 electronic items. I basically paid $15.50 per item. But like I said, there's a Garmin GPS unit with the little dash thing. There's a retro gaming system, which, like I said, that retails for between $80 and $116 by itself. And a battery, RC battery, that's a 7600 milliamp 2-cell. So I can flip the things I don't want.
Is that one of those where they kind of open the box, give you a rough idea of what's in it, or do they lay it all out nice and neat?
They only showed 3 items out of the 5. And I'm assuming, and this is the screwed up part, I'm assuming one of the things they count as part of the 5 was probably the connection for the GPS unit. Because I see like a base and I see a cable. So I'd be a little upset if that's what they were counting as part of the 5, because they only showed 3 main items: the GPS unit itself, the battery, and the little retro gaming kit. Which I looked at the specs and stuff. It's like, well, this is nice. This will be fun to play with.
Nellis Auction that's here in Vegas has a location. I think it's Colorado and Arizona. I forget the 3 states, but last year they had what's that printer that Justin has? A real expensive one, a Raise 3D.
Yes.
They had one pop up on Nellis Auction. A bunch of it looked like it was busted, the plastic, and bid for real low. They ended tomorrow, and it was in Arizona. I'm thinking, wow, that's cool, but I have to drive 10 hours to get it. And then when I was thinking about maybe bidding on it, it just disappeared. It was no longer up for auction. I'm thinking, what happened? Did somebody there buy it? Or something's going on in-house and they pulled it? Kind of made me wonder.
Yeah, it's hard to say without seeing, but
I contacted them about it. They said, well, what was the auction number or whatever? And I said, well, I didn't put in a bid. I don't know. I didn't screen shave it, so I don't know. They said they couldn't help me.
Yeah,
Somebody,
this site that I go to, yeah, they've got Arizona, Colorado, but like one in each place.
mm-hmm. And they used to have 3 locations here in Vegas. One was way down on on US 95 by Green Valley. It's far away from me. I live in the northeast part of town by Nellis Air Force Base. Then they had another one a couple miles from me, which was really close. It'd take me 6 or 7 minutes to drive there, but then they shut it down. And now the only location is down by the Strip in kind of basically a heavy traffic area. And I haven't been there since they moved locations. I've been too poor to bid on auctions. I don't really need anything. God forbid I get another printer unless I get a review printer. But I definitely don't need to buy them.
I've got like 11 locations within an hour of me.
Well, that's cool.
So, yeah, I mean, I've got so many places to choose from. But outside of my Prusa, all my other 3D printers that I have, I've gotten off that auction site.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't pay too much.
Well, that's good.
But
I hate, like I say, the number one thing I hate about auction sites is people driving the bids up. It's like, and now, matter of fact, now the Ender 3s came down in such a low price. It's better just to go buy one than trying to get it used, because used are driving the prices up. Last time I checked, they were still driving them up fairly high.
Yeah, like I said, I have a limit. If I was going to bid on any more Enders, I usually put in like a $50 bid because I don't need any more. But if I was to win one for $50, then cool.
Yeah,
because I could always sell it. But if I do, any printer that I get rid of, I'm going to at least put it together, test it, make sure it works, show that it works, and then that way I can sit there and say, here you go. There you go. There's no complaints. It dialed in enough, as long as they know what they're doing.
Yep. Join these Facebook groups and don't call me. It works. See?
Yeah, I'm not your tech support. I'm your tech support for the first couple of days to answer some questions, but no, yeah, I don't mind helping people. Actually, I sold a printer to one guy. It was one of my XYZ Da Vinci's, which is ABS enclosure. That's what I learned on. Mm-hmm. I had 2 of those for about a year before I finally got my first Prusa, which really changed everything for me. But just learning as far as printing ABS and like trying to level the bed and everything, it was definitely something to learn on. But those I got cheap too, because they were normally $500, and they were like new, like somebody didn't know what they were doing, and so they were in great shape. And I think I got one for like $240 and one for $150.
Mm-hmm.
So for less than the cost of one, I had 2 of them, and they worked great. And then I upgraded the firmware so I could actually have more control and use whatever filament I want, compared to XYZ saying you got to use our stuff.
Yeah,
they were selling the printers cheap is because they were going to get you with the filament. That you need to use our filament only.
Geek Tech 3D. Have you heard of Geek Tech 3D? I think it's Geek Tech for filament.
No, but I do have a G-Tech A10M printer that I still got to put together.
Maybe it's G-Tech, but anyway, they contacted me yesterday and they wanted to put an ad on my group, 30% off their filament for a certain amount of time, which is a great deal, 30% off. So I let her post it, and then she wanted to send me some filament to try out just for letting her post it. So I said, I'd like to have 2 rolls, but I don't want black and white because I keep getting black and white from everybody. So I picked a couple. It cost me like $45. So she's supposed to reimburse me tonight on PayPal because I done it overnight this morning. She said she'd reimburse me right away once I bought it. So that way I'm not paying for it. I mean, I have to pay for it, but I get paid right back before I ever get it in the mail. A10M in the box still too, Mike says.
Yeah, I mean, it's I just haven't gotten around to putting it together, but I want to, because I want to be able to play with at least a dual color. Even though it's no MMU or anything like that, it would just be something to kind of play with. The first dual color I got was the one I won off of Fun King's 2-year anniversary stream. And that's a Zone Star. and I put it together, but I haven't printed anything with it because I'm having a hard time getting that bed to level. Like I can get 3 corners level, but then the 4th corner is just way off. I don't know.
There's Betty Boop 45 right there.
Hi.
Hello.
So try mixing 2 color style prints. I think when I try something like that, Mike, I want to get a hot end where it mixes up the hot end. But then again, the purge block thing is what I'm still concerned about, the wasting of the filament. So I'll have to figure that out. Maybe it can purge as infill or something on a print, then you don't have to waste it on the side of the bed. You know, but that would be cool. I want to try multicolored something. Yeah, black and white is boring, Viking. Yes, it is. And when Sun Lu was going to send me this, I mentioned that the other guy that worked for Sun Lu, it's another company called eNotepad, is a Sun Lu company. They sent me black and white PETG I done a video on. Now I told the main Sun Lu guy here, I said, I don't want black and white PLA because I just reviewed your PETG in that color, and then I got black and white. So I guess I'll just do a comparison between the PLA prints and PETG. And something that I think I'm going to do, I'll say here now, is I'm going to print benchies that are sinking. Instead of just printing a little benchy, it's going to be sinking, whether it's nose up or nose down. I'm going to print some sinking benchies. That'd be kind of different. Make them a little bigger than normal. Thomas 3D Print Viking says hi, Betty Boop. I think she's going back. Her phone's in the bedroom. Yeah, I've never experienced the whole thing with the purge block, so I don't know how it would be right in front of me and really how much filament it is other than watching videos. So, oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay, I thought I had somebody else sitting down there. That's just you. My microphone is sitting right in front of my monitor, and I got my cords in the way, so occasionally I got to try to look around it to see what's on the screen.
Yeah, the only multicolor print that I've done is like layer change. So print so many layers and then change, print so many layers. I was going to try to do something like Neri did, where you can print different colors on each layer. You just have to adjust for the them being together on the same. But you just basically, like, you're doing a print job stop. So it just homes real quick, but it doesn't actually adjust your Z, and then you can just go back and just keep printing. I was going to try something like that, so that way you can kind of get more of that flat. But oh yeah, speaking of of course, he probably already knew that.
Yeah, I'll trip my filament center the same way. I'll get up so high, I'll trip the filament center, put another color in, and then keep going and purge a little bit. That's the only way I print it, is by changing it that way.
Well, I haven't done, like I said, I haven't done many where. Now, I tell you what, when the, as everybody would call it, the Baby Yoda, when that came out, one gentleman had his model, and then he sliced the arms and the head separately, or set them separately so that they could print separate, so you don't need as much support. So I printed the hand and the head in the mint color green, and I printed the rope in brown, but his feet are brown. And it would have been nice if you would have separated those, so you can just print those and then just glue them in place.
Zorro, I use 2P10 with an activator. It's like super glue, and I got a spray activator. I use this on all my prints, no matter what it is. I glue them together with this. I used to put glue on one side, activator on the other, stick it together, but that's kind of bad, because if you misalign them, you're stuck that quick. So now I glue them together with super glue, line them up, hold them very carefully, then I blast it with activator, and then they're rock hard. I have tried gloop, 3D gloop in a little tube, but it's like water. It runs out real easy. And once you squeeze it slightly, it's really hard to get the cap back on quickly. It does work really good. It does not send instantaneously, or they got 3D gloop in a bottle. But after time, the gloop in the bottle will dry up, but it works really good. But typically, I use super glue on it with an activator. I know a lot of people like, I'm not sure what you use, Vince. You might use regular super glue, or...
I've got a mix. I've got the regular gloop. I got the Pet G gloop, and I've used like Gorilla super glue gel, something that's not runny, that allows me just to kind of spread it really thin. You just have to hold it a little bit longer. But Those are pretty much what I use. Just those three things.
And epoxy sculpt for filling cracks and stuff. I use epoxy sculpt that has two containers, two different grade containers. You mix together the putty in two little balls or whatever you need, equal proportions. You knead it together really good, and then you just roll it out and use a little rubber brush, or not brush, but it's like a plastic doohickey for modeling clay, and I put it down in the cracks, and that'll dry like steel. It's sandable, and then it's a good way to bond prints. I used to use wood filler, but I quit using that. But there's a lot of different types of filler. Yeah, pretty much anything you can use on your car or any kind of project you can use in the modeling world. 3D prints almost.
Oh shoot! That just reminds me. Since I just won that stuff, I can go pick it up tomorrow.
They already sent you an invoice?
They will after the auction's completed. When all the items sell and they get all tallied up. But so I would imagine I'll have a receipt here within the hour or less. But it's that one I think is about an hour and oh shoot, let me double check. Where's that one at?
Here's my messy hobby room, everybody. I showed this earlier. I re-straightened up my room and I freed up a lot of space. So now where I'm sitting in the chair, I can get up and I got a lot of walking around room. That long table I'm sitting at used to line up with that Ender 3 V2 in the background, and I had hardly any room behind me to get up and move because I'd run into my printers behind me. So now I've freed up the room. And then my resin rack, which has resin prints on, I had that block on the slider, and I told my wife, I said, well, when we go out back, we can just slide that out of the way real quick. She's like, no, that's a fire hazard. So I managed to, put it next to my monitors out of the way. So I've got walking room all the way around it. As long as I don't gain too much more weight, otherwise I'll start bumping into stuff. So, we went grocery shopping this morning, so we got everything all stocked up. That was nice.
Yeah, it looks like the auction house I won that from is about an hour and 15 minutes east of me. So, like I said, it's within that hour window.
Hey, Dan, jump in and say, hey, this is my first official live stream where I don't have a face rig app on. Doing a Tuesday hangout. Yeah, I bet Dan will drop in. I drop on his constantly, so I'm sure he'll pop in. Remember a long time ago when Dan first started streaming, he wanted me to hop in. I show him some support, and I hop in whenever I can, so I'm sure he'll pop in here in a minute. And if he doesn't, I'll be mad at him. Yeah, I rearranged my hobby room here, Dan. I freed up a lot of space. I'm showing some goodies I got in the mail from Sunlu, my filament dryer and some PLA to do some tests on to try out. So, my UPS guy dropped it.
Oh, not you.
One of the little dogs came in to say hi and then turned around. As soon as I went to go pick her up, she took off. The only thing I hate about this auction site is I'll find some stuff that I like, and then I had to go, how much overtime do I need to work to cover that?
Want and need is a big problem most people have. Do they want it or just need it? And they, want and need. Hey, there's somebody popping in. Who could this be? Hey, Dan.
What's up, guys?
How you doing, my
friend? Just got done watching Bill and Ted Face the Music with the wife, and the kids kind of popped in and out. But the wife and I got to watch it and have a little bit of a nostalgic throwback to, the younger days. It was a good flick.
I watched that.
I enjoyed it.
I watched that a few days ago. It was so-so. It was all right. I liked it better when I was younger, but now this remake is okay.
Oh yeah. I mean, like I said, it's kind of one of those, it comes full circle things, So that's what that's kind of what I took from it. It's just a kind of a full circle thing. Like, we watched it when we were kids, and I mean, it wouldn't really be ruining anything to sit there and say that their kids are in it, because you see them in the preview. So, what's up, Viking?
Hey, Dan. Hey, Vince.
Dan and Viking popped in. Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas, there's Betty Boop 45, Brandy, my wife.
Thank
Hi, y'all.
you.
Hi, Dan. Hi,
Yeah.
Thomas.
That's Vince.
Hi, wife.
I just plugged in.
How you doing?
Hi, how are y'all?
Just in time to catch my sticker.
Yeah.
Where's Medic from?
Vince,
hanging
where do
out.
you live at? Dan's
Vince
in
is over
Illinois.
in-
Viking is
Yeah.
overseas in Sweden,
Norway.
Norway.
Norway. And Vince is in
Vince, where do you live?
Cincinnati area.
Okay, thank
Ohio.
you.
Ohio. Yeah, we're from all over. Oh, and then of course Jester pops into chat. What's up, Jester? Nice to see you, good sir. And Mike, I see you over there. David,
Yeah, so now
gotta throw some what's up to the guys that.
now the cool thing is, anybody with the alien box, this is mine, and this is what Josh included.
Oh,
So
he got a little mini version. Nice.
little mini, yeah. So some people got the nice large ones, but then again, I could say that the little mini is a collector too, because only a handful of people have those.
Yeah, there's one floating around here somewhere. The big one, not the little one. I didn't sadly get an alien box this month because, well,
Yeah, I just had one.
I don't know what you said.
We need a Tibetan Mastiff.
Oh, my daughter wants a Tibetan Mastiff now is what she's telling me. Because Lord knows we need a dog that's big enough that you can throw a saddle on it and ride it around the house.
Did you tell your daughter
Of course.
your friend Viking's on so she can come say hi?
Oh, that daughter I'm not talking to right now. She's yeah, no, we're just not gonna talk to her tonight.
How old is the one that you're not going to talk to?
She is 11.
Okay. Let's say
Yeah, she's-
I figured she'd be a little bit older when they get to the point where you don't want to talk to them for a while.
No. Not. Oh, hi, Chewbacca. My dog Chewbacca's in the house right at the moment. He just come walking up. So,
David said
Yeah,
he's got a
so-
big one, so I guess we're talking about a dog or a cat, right? Okay.
yeah, I'm assuming he's probably talking about a large dog because,
Okay.
again, I don't know. But like I said, in this house, we don't need another animal.
Yeah.
Yeah, not right now. Oh, so I guess since I'm kind of getting into the whole vaping thing, and since Tim has a bad habit of calling it a douche flute instead of a mod or a mod box or whatever when it comes to vaping, he likes to call it his douche flute. So I've been sitting here talking about how, I was talking about how I ordered one today. I ordered Geek Vapes. Their was it the Aegis Max? So I ordered that today, and I also ordered some other stuff. And like I was saying, I ordered that the CBD to throw in there to kind of help with calming me down and fixing some of my other ailments. Figure why not? We'll give it a shot.
My juice comes
listen-
from the vape malt, but I forget where I bought the pin at. That was another company that I'd have to figure it out.
Yeah, well, I ordered everything today, and I was sitting there talking to my wife, and I said something about how I was thinking about maybe I should have got the Aegis. I think it's the X or whatever it is, the 200 watt max with the big display on the side. I was thinking, for the extra $10, maybe I should order it. I was like, you know what I'll do? I was like, when the time comes and my wife is ready, I was like, I'll just give you my old douche flute and I'll order a new one. And my wife goes, I don't want an old douche. I want the new one. And my daughter's just like, she bust out laughing. It was hilarious because she didn't necessarily get what we were talking about at first. So I thought it was a funny story to share,
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the only thing I don't like about StreamYard. When I show a comment, it pulls everybody back, and if there's only two people, it cuts off their names. It just needs to overlay. It shouldn't pull everything back.
Yeah. I agree.
And
Well, you can turn that off, I believe. I believe you can turn that off when you click on it. I think there's a way to tell it not to raise up or whatever. If you go look in the settings, I think it's somewhere in there. Since I'm not hosting, I can't go.
contacted StreamYard a few days ago. I made a post, and of course, in their Facebook group, they have to approve all the posts, and they eventually posted it. I wanted to know if I go to StreamYard and I schedule a broadcast on two Facebook groups, a group and my regular page, plus YouTube. When people pop in, I'm not getting any credit on YouTube for viewers. In other words, if 25 people are on YouTube and 100 are on Facebook, Facebook will still say 25. There won't be any kind of credit there for how many people watched. And I don't know that I really want to continue going to Facebook streaming live on both, because I'm trying to build the YouTube channel. I want people to go to YouTube, because some people hate Facebook, and I don't know if I can't imagine anybody would hate YouTube, because everything's on YouTube. You want to know how to do anything, it's on YouTube somewhere.
Yep.
So.
Oh yeah. That is how it goes anymore. YouTube does it all. That's kind of the problem. Is there's really no chance of somebody going elsewhere right now, because YouTube is kind of grown into this big monster that nobody can compete with.
My older brother hates anything electronic. I'm surprised he owns a color TV set. If it's not in a magazine, he won't read it. If it's not in a book or magazine, it's like God, John. The internet, everything in the world is right there. You can watch anything about anything you're interested in. You don't have to wait to buy it and read it in a book.
I love internet.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Michael.
So Dan and Thomas, what are you guys working on? Thomas, how's that big printer coming along?
Slowly. I haven't been feeling good for a while, so I have no energy to work on it. And that
You haven't
that's
lost
annoying.
your sense of smell or taste, have you?
No,
Okay, good.
it isn't COVID. But I sleep too little. That's
It's
does
that. It is a lot of lack of sleep finally catching up with you. So
yeah, and I'm getting old.
yeah, well,
What are you,
that
about 38?
40.
40? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still a young guy.
Yeah.
I hate when I guess wrong and I say somebody's a lot older than they are, and then they're
Yeah.
like, man, do I look that old?
Yeah, no. I've kind of grown used to people saying I'm older than I am, just because stress and large families age you quickly.
I don't think I look 56. But then again, the more weight I gain, the older I look, but I don't think I look 56.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think I think I look any more older than I am, and occasionally somebody guesses younger, but for the most part they're all mid 40s. I'm like, close enough.
50.
Yeah, the occasional 50 comment that comes out. I'm like, yeah, sure, okay, I'm 50.
Yeah.
We all can't be blessed like Henry Lynn and look like we're 10, according to my daughter.
Yeah.
Let me respond to Mike on that comment, Mike. What I thought about doing is instead of going live to Facebook, I'll go live to YouTube, but I'll copy and paste my link on Facebook like I do Twitter, and then I'll just dump that on Facebook the day of, or my group. Then people have to click on it if they want to watch it, and then it takes them to YouTube. That way I don't even go live on Facebook. So if they want to see it, they click on it.
Yeah, because you can still do a watch party on Facebook, right, from another website and just post that link in there, right?
I don't know.
I believe on Facebook, when you do like if you do a watch party or something in a group, I believe you can set up a watch party based on just a link. It doesn't have to be directly through Facebook. So
Yeah, maybe. I haven't tested that out.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's been a little while and I didn't really play around with it too much, but might be something to look into where you can just go to the Facebook page and start a watch party and then just throw the YouTube link in there. That way it'll help kind of push, the views over to YouTube.
My sister and her husband over the last 2 weeks have been on Facebook. They've seen it running, but they've done what a lot of people do. They're leaving comments below the video like you do on a regular post on Facebook. They didn't read the top where it says click here to allow StreamYard to, show you on screen. I guess they didn't read that. So when I see the comment after the stream, then I give them a thumbs up. But I didn't read it on the screen during the stream. I guess a lot of people are that way. They said you show them a picture and you tell all about your print, and then they ask you the same thing that you posted in the description above the picture. People see the picture and they don't read the words.
Yeah. I know, hon. I agree. My daughter. She like one of the
My
other
main
daughters,
goal, Mike, is to build my subscribers on YouTube. I mean, I have my Facebook group that has like almost 5,000 members, so I don't really see how Facebook can benefit me financially ever in the future. So I'm trying to grow something here that eventually will help subsidize my retirement, and by selling off my models, whatever it may be, doing more videos. So I'm trying to grow YouTube.
Yeah,
I've been on YouTube.
Etsy is a good idea.
What's that?
And using Etsy is a good idea, as you mentioned earlier.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I got so much
think
stuff.
so.
I just need to move it. You know, I don't want to go out and start printing models and mass producing. Even if I have a limit of 10 or however many with the designer, it takes too long to print a model to do more than one. I just need to unload everything I have. And then if I ever do that, which I won't, then someday I might do more of one. If somebody said, well, I want another one of this. And then if I ever go over a limit, I'll contact the designer and we'll work it out. So,
Yeah.
and then whenever you make a post on Etsy, always list where it came from. That way you're not trying to hide anything or people think, oh, you're trying to be sneaky. List who it came from. That way it can be checked on.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Mm-hmm.
I get one thing I don't like is on my Facebook group, I get people, obviously they join every day and me or the other moderators have to approve them. People that joined Facebook yesterday and have no information. No, I'm not going to let you join. If you join Facebook today and you have no information and you're, you know, I'm not going to let you join. You need to be on Facebook for a while with some information, some friends, whatever. Because I get a lot of these fly-by-night people join and then they throw an ad up for an STL. You know, here, get 2,000 STLs for $20. And if they even get one person to buy it before me or somebody else deletes it, well, they made $20. So I got to be very careful just letting a random person in that just joined Facebook. This is cool running my own stream. I get to babble a lot, and Dan's not talking 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was actually looking at I'm looking at I got to order at least a new fan because this one here that I threw on, I told the story the other day about how I went to work and I came home, or my son came home and this thing was screaming and one of the cats apparently was playing with the fan and busted one of the fins out of the stock fan. Well, I had another 24 volt Winsin fan that I threw on here, and all it's doing is it just sounds like a jet taking off. The thing is just so loud. And so I was like, all right. So I'm over on TH3D right now taking a look, and I got a 24 volt fan thrown in there. You know, the 40 mil 24 volt silent fan. But I was looking at his the EasyFlex plates, and you can't just order the EasyFlex plate. You have to order the EasyFlex plate and the EasyFlex magnetic base in order to actually place the order. Because if I don't choose a magnetic base, like I can't put it down to 0, and I can't not pick a size. So I have to, even though I don't need the magnet because I've already got magnet on there, and I know, you know, use the EasyFlex one because it's you know, the high temp and all that, but I've already got a magnet on there that holds, you know, the metal flex plate that works fine for what I do.
What company?
I don't even remember, to be honest with you. It was when I ordered this one. Well, so it would be Creality. It would be the Creality one because when I ordered this Creality plate, and again, I'm never going to have my bed over 140 degrees. So I mean, I'll never have my bed probably over 100 degrees. So
I thought it was TH3D. He'll usually sell you whatever combination you need, whether you need this, that, or the other.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah. So
Talk to him.
Yeah.
Did you click on the EasyFlex system or the EasyFlex plate only?
Let me take a look again.
Flex plates, and it just asks you for a plate size and surface type.
You know what? Let me re-look at what I'm doing here. I don't want the system. I just want the plates. So let me backtrack my previous statement and see if all I need to do is just go change what I was doing, and that probably will help. Smooth. Add to cart. There we go. Vince, thanks for pointing out the fact that I'm an idiot sometimes. And
No. I know they sell it as a system.
Yeah.
But I pulled up and saw that it had just, you know, flex plate or flex plate system.
I got to remember that you know, Jerry. I got to go get Jerry's TH3D link, so when I order this stuff, I can actually give Jerry some credit. So I got to get I got to get your link, Jerry. I got to remember where.
I'll give it to you.
That's fine. And then I can use that to go order these. And then not only that, but then I'll make sure to put a little special comment in there about like, love you, Tim.
I was going to buy some flex plates from him, but I won one off the auction site, and I paid less than $5 for one for Creality for the Ender series.
Well, shit. If I'm thinking correctly, I'm thinking I just missed something too, because I could have just drove out there and got it. Well, damn. Oh well. Life is life, man. Sometimes you just got to do it, you know.
Yeah.
Side note: the reason why we have all these cats, my wife doesn't know it, is because in case of a zombie apocalypse or the end of the world, I'll be able to eat for a while.
Yeah. I'm waiting for a flip flop.
Yeah, no. Hey, also last night that was pretty crazy. I went back and I kind of looked at it. I was like, how long did Joel hang out with us? Because I know normally when he pops in, he's in for like 15 minutes, 10, 15, 20 minutes. He'll pop in and talk. He was there for damn near an hour last night. I didn't even realize that. I went back and I looked at the time. I was like, holy shit, Joel really didn't have, like, he was really procrastinating last night because he spent like an hour just hanging out and shooting the shit with us, you know?
That was cool.
I think I dozed off. Before
Hey,
Oh,
Jester, Nightbot caught you for caps. But yeah, no, Vince, you did. You passed out, man. We were sitting here just streaming and shooting the shit, and next thing I know,
having fun.
I was like,
I didn't know I had Nightbot running.
oh yeah, no, he's
It's
running.
running.
He just yelled at Jester for caps. So
Okay, I thought I didn't turn him on today. It was on last week.
yeah,
It's weird.
I'm gonna have to see if I can find one of these pens somewhere nearby because my stuff's not getting here for probably about 4 to 5 days. So let's see if I can find somewhere to pick up one of these pens. I'll probably have to stop by the shop.
time, or are you adjusting for postal slowness?
Well, it's in the States, coming from the States to me, so I'm not super worried about any kind of a slowdown. They've given me a tracking number for one of the two things I ordered. Actually, not one, but one box of stuff that I ordered. The other one, I'm still waiting for the confirmation of processed order, which I'm hoping that doesn't take too long because that's the one I really want. I really need that stuff. So yes.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, no, I'm just gonna patiently wait for Jerry to send me the link wherever he's sending it, so I know where to find it. I know I
it's
can
on
always
my
go to,
Facebook page. Here it is.
yeah, I was gonna say, worst comes to worst, I can always just go to Twitter and look through your Twitter posts because you always post it there too. So I really
Here
should
it
just save the damn link and then I don't have to worry about it.
Is that clickable? It should be clickable.
It probably is, but I'm not actually on YouTube right now, so I'll just go ahead and grab the whole thing.
I posted
Copy
in the
it.
StreamYard chat.
Yeah. So let me go ahead and paste that there and go.
So that's clickable, the one I posted?
I believe it would be. I'm, like I said, in StreamYard's chat, or in StreamYard's it's not, but in private chat, I believe it. I don't think it is in private chat either.
Okay,
But
it's
that's okay.
clickable on YouTube.
Yeah, and that's perfectly fine. Go here. Let's go to
Anyway, you just need the code. Log into TH3D, and you can type in that code for August.
yeah.
You get you 5% off.
Yep.
So the UFO went a detour to Alaska. Did it go?
You guys see Josh's tweet earlier, or did you already talk about that while I was busy?
No, I haven't talked about it yet. But I checked the tweets, and it's related to going to Alaska. Oh, holy crap! 22 days back and forth across country. That sucks.
I've only left, well, it isn't leaving the country, but I've left the continent. I went to Hawaii for my wedding anniversary years ago, and that was pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
Flew over there for a week, and a friend of the family let us stay in his condo, which is right there on Maui, for a week. I think like 5-6 days. It was really cool. Rented a car and used my debit card. And then when I got home, on my account, I had a charge from Timbuktu for some hotel in some other country I've never heard of. So somebody at the rental car place got my number. But it was easy. Just called up the bank and they reversed it.
Yeah, usually isn't a problem.
Yeah.
Dr. Jekyll, you want to jump in? You're welcome to. Anybody watching, you're welcome to jump in. There's a link in the description, or I can repost it. I've got
I'm
my
not-
camera right in the middle of my screen. That's why I'm kind of bending down so I can see what I'm clicking on.
No, it's all good. I'm not trying to be distant in this conversation. I just want to get this order put in real quick. Just
Yeah.
because I need my stuff. I get this other flex plate because I'm hating printing on this damn borosilicate glass anymore. After getting flex plates, I love my flex plates.
Yeah, I want a flex plate on my end
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, and let's see you get one for Ymir too, because Lord knows
Yeah.
Ymir needs a
But
650.
Imagine
Yeah,
a flex plate
600
that size and full
Yeah.
size print. That's
Yeah,
gonna be
and then-
heavy.
Yeah,
Getting that
and then-
off.
Yeah, I don't know that it would necessarily come off.
Yeah, and it's not the plate that flexes; it's my arms. I need to flex
Yeah.
to get it off.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Honeymoon, Hawaii. Yeah, Wham Bam Jester. I contacted Wham Bam twice, I think it was. I wanted to review one, and they ignored my emails. So I guess they don't want me to review one, nor do they want to respond and say, I'm sorry, but you're too smaller of a streamer. We're not going to let you do that. So anyway,
Might be very busy too.
I can't
don't know.
afford to
Oh,
buy one
damn
for
it.
$50 for my Elgu Mars. So I figured maybe they'd let me review one, but I haven't heard back from them. So we'll
Stupid
wait and see
me.
what happens.
I got ahead of myself there, and I clicked the place order, and I forgot to go type the special note and put in there, "Love you, Tim."
Oh,
Damn it! I'm hoping that. Well, let's see here. It hasn't actually processed yet. I don't think, because it's just grayed out. It hasn't done anything. It still says it's contacting.
I've got like
there we
4
go.
flex plates on the shelf. They're textured on one side, and I bought separate PEI to put on them. They're going on
Jesus
enders behind
Christ.
me, but I'm gonna wait. And then I got one for my Hypercube too, a great big one, 400 by 400. But I have a new TH3D blue mat on it. I don't want to peel it off and throw it away if it still works. So I'll wait until I have to use it, and then I'll put it on the flex plate.
Yeah.
But one thing about a Hypercube, when things stick, you're up there with your scraper trying to get underneath it. You're jarring everything. You don't want to knock something loose. So a flex plate is perfect for anybody. You don't have to worry about knocking your bed out of whack or something by trying to hang onto the bed and scrape underneath it. Even though I use a build tack spatula, it'll get underneath everything, but you still got to use quite a bit of force when you slam it to get under it.
yeah.
So one
Hey,
for the
Carl.
resin printer would be cool.
How's it going, Carl?
Oh, we got a Carl here too.
Hey, Carl, how you
Okay.
doing? Like your videos. He had a big old box on his shoulder. I think it was today.
Yeah.
What's yeah. Yes, look at this
Jump in.
gaggle
Jump
of
in, Carl.
guys.
Say, hey, I got a link in the stream there if you want to jump in and hang out for a minute.
There we go. Yeah. All right. So now you guys you all bear witness. Today I ordered my 40 millimeter sealed bearing 24 volt quiet fan from TH3D and my Easy Flex smooth. I got the smooth PEI. So when Tim wants
I
to
need
give
to
me crap,
test it out too someday.
yeah. So Tim
But I
can
can
give me all
afford
the
to.
crap he wants. I'm still supporting him. Damn it, little by little. Yep.
The perfect
Yeah.
scraper. And they make them in all different sizes. Build tack, this is like $20. It's paper thin. In construction, I use a margin trowel, which is similar in shape. It's kind of like that. But this is a lot thinner than a margin trowel. This will get underneath anything. If it can be got under, this will get under it. The ones that come with the printers, they're good. Throw them out in the garage. They're good to scrape paint with. That's about it. They're too thick.
Yeah.
The one I got with my, I think it was either the Tornado or the Ender was pretty good. Probably with the Tornado. I still use it. Cleaning up the makerspace. Yeah, I need to clean up my makerspace.
Yeah, I rearranged my
messes.
whole room earlier. Okay, let me show you another picture, which I already showed everybody a couple times. Here's my hobby room that I cleaned up earlier. I took this table, which is diagonal where I'm sitting. It was straight in line with that Ender 3 V2 where the Hypercube is sitting. The Hypercube is on this table that I'm talking on. I kicked it sideways and I moved it way out. Now I got a ton of walking room behind me. I love it. I can walk around both sides now. I got lots of room. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
And I can still get out my back door, my slider.
Nice. Well, since this thing stopped working, I want to play.
What stopped working?
My this little vape pen. It quit working. Yeah.
Heat it
I
up,
guess.
David. Heat it up, get it nice and hot, and then just start one corner and just start peeling it back. That's how I remove them. And then take some IPA on a rag and get off the extra glue that you might have missed, or re-stick what you just pulled off and pull the glue off. But taking a build sheet off cold isn't a very good idea. It's kind of hard. Always heat it up.
Yeah. When I did that on my Tornado, it didn't really help much heating up the plate. It was still a pain. And I got blisters on my fingers removing.
And get it started, put a pair of pliers on it and bite it, and then just peel it back. That's
Yeah,
how you can kind of roll it.
The sheet itself wasn't a problem. It was the remaining glue that was a pain to remove.
Yeah, IPA, scrape it. It's a pain in the ass, but it's a hobby. It's something to do. So
yeah, takes a while.
And then on a resin printer, I've seen a few people putting the magnet on the resin printer, and they're trying to line it up, like Chelsea, for instance, trying to line it up perfectly to get it started. I would lay that down on a tabletop. It's perfectly flat. Start your sticker at one end, lay it flat on the table next to it, and then start applying it. That way you don't have to try to finagle it. And if you don't want to get it slightly crooked, just put the end of it upright, rectangular, upright like this. Start it down here and just slowly peel it and pull the tape back and slide your hand up and put it on. That's what I would do.
I can't be the only one who's kind of curious as to what's in these things. So
I've opened some of them up before.
Yeah.
What, your
You
vape
probably.
pen?
Yeah.
You got
Yeah,
a
it
coil
can't be-
inside. The coil has like a cotton in it that soaks up the material.
Yeah, and there's not much left on this thing. This thing's pretty it's pretty dry. Doesn't have much of a blueberry smell left to it, so I pretty much fried that, or not fried it, but
I've
burn
used a
it
lot
up.
of Goo Gone in construction. It didn't really help me much, so I usually just work with IPA or any other solvent you have might work. But Goo Gone might work. Yeah, acetone, Dr. Jekyll says. Most people have acetone or paint thinner out in the garage. And if you mow the yard, you could always use gasoline. It'll stink up your project, but technically you could on the rag. Because gasoline, I've been a mechanic my whole life, doing whatever. It pretty much strips everything.
Yeah.
trying to pull slow till I can get to these wires. But there we go. There's what's inside of a vape pen.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Let
Yeah,
me get everybody back to normal here.
there we go. Yeah. So there it is. It's just a hollow tube now. Yeah. But kind of wondering if it was the battery that went dead or
These are
Or
so
what?
good.
bacon jack cheese.
Yeah,
Cool.
Sticky
With
finger
corn.
tortillas. Nice.
these are awesome.
Nice. So this thing is kind of cool in the sense that as the air moves through it, it turns on the switch.
I just reached a
And-
milestone. I've been doing a hangout for 2 hours now. That's amazing.
Yeah,
There you go.
nice.
And you know something weird, Dan? When I done
What's
the
that?
hangout, just like when I drop on the hangout, it doesn't make me nervous in any way. But when I go live on a weekly stream and the timer's going, I get nervous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pressure.
Yeah. Yeah. These things, that's like I said before, Jerry, these are fun just because of the whole shoot the shit thing. You know what I mean? It's like that's all you're doing. You're just hanging out, having fun, talking. It's just like if we were sitting in a bar having a beer. You know what I mean?
I was
It-
live for a while, and Vince felt sorry for me, so he popped in.
Well, like I said, when you started your stream, I was still watching the movie, so I wasn't taking time away from the missus. And then she and the daughters started talking, and they were doing some stuff, and I was like, I sat down here at the computer, and I said I saw you were streaming, and I was like, I'll pop on the stream and watch for a little bit.
They don't talk during the movie, do they?
You know, I'm guilty of it too, but if it's not a movie they're interested in, they may talk a little bit more than if it's a movie they like.
Yeah, my wife goes, "You talk during a movie." Well, yeah, sometimes I do if I'm watching it, but I really get into movies and I don't like being distracted or doing other things. It's kind of like I'm there. I'm really into the movie,
Yeah.
whatever I'm watching.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Master Chef. I was watching that on Hulu.
There you go. It's not a bad setup they got going on here. Pretty simple thing. It looks like it's actually like almost like a little magnetic switch or something. And as you suck through, you pull the magnets apart, or it just the airflow moves the switch, and then it activates everything. The LED comes on. You got this little battery in here. I'll have to find a voltmeter around here somewhere that actually works, or my multimeter, and I'll have to test this battery and see if this battery's any good, because it's a pretty small battery. It's just an 8570 1.11 watt hour battery. Wonder if it's rechargeable. I've talked to a guy I know who's in batteries. He might have some information on that. He may tell me only if you want to blow up your house. Oh.
Okay, Dan, tell me, since I'm in StreamYard only, what's the easy way to make a person give him a wrench? I know how to do it in YouTube. You got to go to
YouTube. It'll allow you to talk, and that's about it. So, yeah. There we go. I'll just continue to take this thing apart.
It might be in the kitchen. I had it here earlier. It's probably in the
I agree
kitchen
with.
or... Sorry.
I agree with Jerry. He says it's in the kitchen. It's got to be in the kitchen.
Yeah.
No.
I got you.
Flashlight. Here it is.
Yeah, it's not a Makita. What is that? What brand is that thing? Oh, Porter cable. I got a Porter cable, like a 20-volt drill, and it's got these are pretty cool. These work lights. You can adjust in any position you want. Pop out the battery, put it in your drill. Comes with 2 batteries. They work great.
Nice.
Oh, did you guys hear the other day? I was washing out my paintbrush in the sink about a week ago, and a little tiny set screw that holds the needle on. I'll repeat if somebody didn't hear. I lost the little nut that holds the needle on in the sink, and I was like, "Oh no!" It went down the garbage disposal. So I shut everything off, got a flashlight, looked around in there. It wasn't in there. Took out the P-trap under the sink, thinking maybe it was heavy, and it stayed. Got a magnet. I couldn't grab it, but then I found it was stainless. I ordered another one for $13 off Amazon. A week later, I'm doing dishes daily, and a week later, I dumped something down the drain to wash it down, turned on the garbage disposal. It was making racket. Looked down in there, and there it was, a week later. So it reappeared. It was cool. So happy.
Oh, yeah, it's always nice when that happens.
And then I started thinking, well, my mom or sister would have put a catcher in there to catch food from going down the sink or something, but I don't have a screen. Guess I need to get a couple.
Print one.
Yeah, print one. I agree with Viking. You can print one. You have machines that can make those things. Oh, that's always
Do you have
good.
a way to recharge 18650s, Dan?
Yes. I have 2 ways of doing so, the easy way and the hard way. The easy way is I got one of those Nightcore 4-cell, just drop in whatever it is and go. Or I've got the RC, the Sky RC charger, and I can do individual 18650 cells, or I can even put them together in series and have them do it that way. But for the most part, no, I just use the Nightcore. Why? What's up, Doug? And on a side note, I have in the past dissected many laptops and have come across many 18650 cells. So I'm going to be rewrapping a bunch of cells just to make sure that they are properly wrapped and cared for. And there you have it. What is that? something you didn't want, so you're giving it to me. So then why are you giving me this one?
Oh, I see. When I popped out chat, the 3 dots when somebody makes a comment, just hit add moderator. Well, that's easy.
Yep. Yeah, that's
it's
what I'm
easy.
saying. That's the easiest way of doing it, rather than going in and grabbing their channel and then having to go in and add, and yeah, it becomes a kind of big pain.
Okay. This will be the first time I've ever added a bunch of people. Typically, when I do a weekly live stream, it's only a few people, but I'm going to go ahead and add a bunch of people just for the hell of it.
Well,
Kinda
Doug.
cool.
Oh, go ahead, Jerry. I didn't mean to.
I'm sorry.
No, I was just responding to Doug. He said that he could send me one. I was going to say, dude, I don't argue. If people want to send me shit, feel free to do so.
I'll send you shit.
Yeah, well, I know you will. It'll be Norwegian shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Viking shit.
yeah, exactly. I don't know if I want that.
Mm-mm.
Okay, who's Doug in chat? Does anybody know Doug? Other than he's here now, I don't know who Doug is.
Doug has been in a lot of chats. Doug was actually one of the first people to actually donate to me in any of my streams. He donated to me, and so
that's the man you were advertising for a long time.
Yeah, when I said half the stream is brought to you in part by Doug, because Doug paid for.
Doug,
yeah,
now you're a moderator here.
Yeah, Doug hooked me up, so I had to be a nice guy and, advertise that Doug was an awesome guy. So my daughter decided to make root beer floats, and this one has like no ice cream in it. There's like one baby scoop and like a small splash of whatever was left in the can. So
I better make Betty Boop a moderator to give her a wrench, or she'll be mad at me.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are some people that you just kind of have to, when you share close quarters with someone and you don't give them the power. In my case, I get the flip-flop. So
Hey Jester, how you doing?
look at this guy. Wait a minute. Where is it? Oh, it's there. Okay. He's very small and hard to see for a moment. I was like, wait a minute, where's the curly cues? But they're there. Oh, he's got
How's it going? I think it's camera pros. There you go. How you doing?
Cool. I'm doing most excellent. Just working on a couple little projects myself.
Cool.
Yes.
Figured I'd jump on in.
Well, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. I gave everybody a wrench, so you're all special.
Jester, you did get rid of the curly cues. Oh, damn.
They're coming back. They're coming back.
There you go.
Where do you live, Doug? I'm in Vegas. I've been here for 50 years, 51 years.
I don't think Doug's been in Vegas that long, or in Nevada that long. Knack, I was just talking about that. I just watched it before I hopped on stream. I quite enjoyed it myself, because for me it was kind of like that whole like nostalgic and it comes full circle kind of a thing. So it was definitely worth the watch, in my opinion. So
yeah, I watched it
tomorrow.
a couple days ago.
Yeah,
well, today.
Yeah, I couldn't argue, because right now on Voodoo. On Voodoo right now for $35 you get all 3 movies. I was like, I can't argue with that, considering like Amazon and a couple other places are selling Face the Music for $25 by itself. So I'm like, the hell with that. You get the other 2 movies for $5 a piece. So what's up, Jester? That's pretty awesome, sir.
Nice.
Just printing this guy.
That
Hold on, full screen you.
Yeah, Jester, that resin?
That's nice.
That is indeed resin. This is from Cast and Play's Patreon for the month of September.
That's
Nice.
August, yeah.
Yeah, that looks quite awesome, good sir.
And,
There's another new one. Nice.
there we go.
That's very
Yep.
nice.
Cool.
Oh,
Jester's
man.
the
These resin machines are just the best.
Yes, they are. I've got a Mars, and I can't wait till I can afford to get something much bigger.
Oh, I know. I'm already at the point where I'm like, mine is just too small. There are some things that I come to, and I'm like, I wish I could print bigger things.
Yeah, you got to cut them down and glue them back together and putty them, but that's a pain.
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a pain. Oh, I just seen somebody on Twitter do the full Majora's Mask in resin, and it was just the most beautiful thing I think I've ever seen.
Oh, look, Miss Amanda popped in. Hi, Miss Amanda. She says purple.
Purple.
Yeah, the longest stream I've ever done. We're at 2 hours, 15 minutes so far.
Yeah, and that's the problem, Jerry, because once you start doing a kind of just a regular BS stream where it's just guys sitting around talking, it's amazing how quickly the time will get away from you. Because again, I'm always like, yeah, an hour, and then an hour and a half after that, it's like, all right, guys, it's been 2.5 hours. I gotta go to bed. So it never fails.
Amanda, you can eat while you're streaming and have your husband and kids in another room. It doesn't matter. We don't care.
There's a husband. Yes, there is a husband. Oh, that dog. He is unhappy right now. So if you guys can hear some faint whining in the background, I apologize.
Yes.
I thought that was you.
Yeah, it's I'm like a little cricket, I rub my legs together, it makes that faint noise.
Yeah.
Here, Amanda, I'll give you a wrench. Now Amanda's got a wrench.
There you go. Oh, Jerry, you got to be careful. You're going to turn into like what I did. I started taking after a llama, and llama just like, oh, you've been in stream. I've seen your face before. Here's a wrench. Next thing you know, you go to llama streams, and everybody's an admin. I'm like, huh. And then I started doing that. I was like, hey, I've talked to you more than 10 times. You've been in more than 10 streams. Here you go. And next thing you know, it's like I've got like maybe 3 or 4 people who occasionally come in and say something that I'm like, oh shit, let me get you a wrench. And then I'm like, damn it, now everybody's got a wrench.
Wrenches admin?
Yes, it gives their own moderator. It gives them like a moderator status, so they can.
So if somebody cusses in chat or says something they shouldn't do, you can stop it.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, I usually run Nightbot on my weekly stream, so typically I only have a wrench out to a couple people, not everybody. But people that I recognize, I'll give a wrench to. Why not? I can always take them away just by clicking on it.
You get a wrench, and you get a wrench, and you get a wrench.
Yes. Yeah, it's like the Oprah of wrenches.
Are you tired of not having enough wrenches in your YouTube party? Here, have a couple more. Why not? I'm just giving them away.
Exactly.
You work for a radio station, right? You do voice?
No, I don't. Actually, coincidentally enough, I'm about to start a Fiverr, though, and try and see if I can start making some money that way.
A what?
Yeah.
A Fiverr account, so I can try and sell my voice.
Okay.
Basically, he'll do like if somebody's got like scripts they need done for like videos or radio ads or business promotional stuff, they can hire him and say, "Here's the script, read it, and you're good. Go ahead." But yeah, so he can basically just kind of pimp himself out.
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Oh, look, it's a Mike at work.
Yo.
So, Mike and Jerry, I know the current situation. Like I was saying. Hopefully in the next week, I'll be able to see what I can put my hands on and get set up. And I'll give you guys specs, and you can tell me if it's something you're interested in.
Okay.
Because hopefully in the next week here, I'll be able to get some time at work to finally do that. It seems like I'm starting to slow down a little bit, and I'm getting some more time at my desk. So hopefully.
What does that say?
Mjolnir.
Yeah, it's Mjolnir. It's Thor's hammer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that don't make sense. You should, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should. I fat finger all the time, so I understand the P's for O's. And like when I said what's new, and I said what's what was it? I say like what's ENW, and I kind of got one finger in front of the other.
So what are you up to, Mike? Busy working, hanging out, watching TV?
Just mainly working.
What are we making tonight?
Just a bunch of signs, last minute stuff for high school.
You gonna make a big old banner for Jerry? He can hang behind him there. Got to get him a big old banner.
Robbie Mac's making me one. I already paid him for it, and I should have it hopefully within a week.
Well, there you go.
He took my 3D printing and painting that I had below my logo, and he put it right up on the top, so it lays right next to the hot end symbol. Well, that's what I used on my Facebook group. And then one of my moderators, Joe File, went and took my text I had on the right side and put it nice and neat below it. So I updated my photo earlier, changed it a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was just on there getting your going to get your link and whatnot. So still looks good, sir. I like it.
Thanks. Yeah, I always have to have help from somebody. I have a lot of different programs to do things like that. I just don't know how to use them properly.
Yep.
So I'm not good at everything. I always tell my wife or my son or her relatives or my sister if they want something done. Well, I'm Jerry Knapp, and that's my logo. Is I'm Jerry Knapp. I can do anything, but no, I can't do anything. Almost.
Master of all, or was it a jack of all, master of none?
Yeah, I can do everything, but I'm not an expert at nothing.
Yep.
Betty Boop says hi, Mike.
Yeah, and you can just say hi, and then she'll respond in the background there. You'll hear her.
Yeah, she's in the bedroom now, but she has the door open. I can hear her when she yells at me.
When she's doing the whole, like, Jerry, tell him I'm talking to him.
No, Jerry, bring me a soda. Honey, bring me this. Honey, bring me that, usually.
Yeah, gotta love the honeydew list.
Yeah, or I want her to come look at something. Why? Why do I have to come look at it? You don't listen to my opinion anyway. Well, I still want you to look at it.
Yeah, your opinion is still another one, and I may not listen right now, but down the road later, I might take your advice and just not tell you.
Yeah,
that's how that works. Yeah, it's like thank you for the advice. I disagree.
Jester, what resin printer do you have?
Well, I've got the Anycubic Photon S, and it has been a delight. But
no issues.
I want more. I want more of them.
More. Must have more.
I don't like changing out resins. Not a big fan of that. Mostly everything I do is in gray, but I'd like to have enough printers that I could have like a rainbow of colors and just like this one is designated transparent blue. This one is designated transparent red. This one is gray.
Yeah,
that would be the dream.
Yes, that would be nice. Would not argue with that. Just don't have the room for resin right now, nor do I have the drive for resin right now.
Yeah, so I sold my resin printer.
Fun.
I know resin can be fun. I've never played with resin, and for me right now, looking at it, I'm like, I don't know that I want to. Again,
I used to think resin's a lot more dangerous than it actually is. I mean, I've worked with a million chemicals in construction my whole life, gas, you name it. I've had everything on my hands. And Joe brought up that resin doesn't really bother him. So after he said that, I got some resin on my hand on purpose, and it didn't affect me. But I always wear gloves and glasses. I don't want it in my eyes, but it wasn't as volatile, I think the word is, as I thought it was.
Yeah.
And I have no odor issues from it.
It's not that bad. It's a blue.
I see a kitty cat.
Ah, yes. Yes. The almighty blue.
Hope you don't have a laser going in the background. Your cat gets bobbed and loses his tail.
Funny story. Blue has already lost part of her tail. When we got her, she had severe frostbite, and this was, I don't know, probably like 3 months later. We always noticed that the tip of her tail was kind of just hard. We didn't think much of it, and finally I come home one day and I see this thing on the ground, this black looking tuft of fur, and I'm like, what does this belong to? And I'm looking around at all my sweaters, trying to figure out where it goes. And finally I see Blue walk by, and I'm like, Blue, your tail looks shorter. And I fit it to the tip of it, and it's a perfect match. And I'm like, da 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 da. Oh, Blue, I'm so sorry.
Viking, you have a wrench. I forgot Viking. He has a wrench now.
Hey, Viking, you are now able to bring down the van hammer.
And you get a wrench.
Okay, Dan, how do I make everybody little but make Mike big? It's one of my buttons here, right?
Just click on Mike. Click on his, when you click on him, there should be in the upper, I believe it's right-hand corner, there's like a big square. Click on the big square. Over his camera. No, down. There you go. Yeah, I was gonna say down in the line. But yeah.
No.
That's all you gotta do is if you look, there's either
there for a second.
Yep. You just gotta click. Yeah, you had him big there for a second. All you do is just go down in the line of cameras down below where
Yeah.
we're all sitting at, and then just over Mike's camera, just hover in the upper right-hand corner of his image, and you should see a square. Click on that, and it should take him out to full screen.
Well, I know it's got solo.
Yeah.
Okay, I know how to solo somebody, but I wanted us small on the side while he's solo. That's another option they do. That way people aren't left out. They brought that up in the StreamYard weekly live stream.
Do you have to put him in the primary seat and then do the whole like big camera, little camera thing? Is that how it works, where you move them to the primary seat?
That doesn't matter, I think. But
yeah, I don't know. That's what I was gonna say, because that I'm not sure of.
Oh, it's been a while since I did that.
Yeah, I say I don't remember, but you know what?
I think you have to select the button with big screen and the icon with big screen and little screen and
yeah, I got
make prime. No, make primary. How
there you go.
Again? Yeah.
Okay, it's the fourth one over. Big person and 2 little people.
Yeah.
All right.
Go blue.
It's like Viking. Can you see?
Yeah, Viking. You're being
behind my logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like
It's black, all black.
There.
Yeah, no, they got.
There.
Hey,
Now
look, that's. I'm gonna say that's the best one yet. It just leave me up there. That's like the best one yet. Nobody needs to see any more.
Yeah, you're hiding behind my logo.
I have like the greatest forehead in the world. Look at that thing. Oh, Amanda would like to know if she can join the fun. Miss Amanda, there should be a link in the chat, and if not, I'm sure if you give Jerry a link in there, and then you can come join us, or I can steal his link and hit it to you on like Facebook or something. If he doesn't mind having a female perspective. Hey, look at that. There's 2 of me. Jerry, you thought you were getting 1 tonight. You got 2. You got me and my Norwegian self.
Oh, she's already here. Okay. Hello, how you doing?
Hey guys, what's up?
How you doing?
Hi, Miss Amanda. Yes,
I
dear.
had to fix my headphones. I had to get my husband's headphones. My other ones died.
Hello.
So what'd you have for dinner, Amanda? Something good?
Cold pizza.
Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, you like cold pizza. I can't handle cold pizza. I got to nuke it.
I didn't have time, so.
If it's homemade, I think cold pizza is good. But
yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
I still think that reheated pizza is better than fresh. I mean, out of the oven or you get it delivered. Once you reheat it the next day, it seems like it tastes better.
Yeah.
Homemade pizza for the win.
Yeah, I didn't have time. I was, yeah.
How was that pizza today? It wasn't cold though.
We were tech support all day, so it was just fun. But, hey.
What kind of company, tech support?
I'm in education.
People having trouble at home with their laptops and stuff for the kids?
Yeah, it's just a lot of tech difficulties, but it's okay. We're getting through them, so it'll get better.
My son's an IT guy, and his 5-year-old is on a laptop or a tablet at home for homeschooling because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And it's really slow. He can't seem, it doesn't work. It's really slow. So they told him to bring it back to school, and they'll let their tech guy look at it. Well, the tech guy bring it to a tech guy, and my son, the tech guy, wants another one. So I don't know how that's going to go.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Yeah, my brother works for a big, corporation. He's a computer engineer for one of the major streaming companies.
The tech guy of the tech guy of the tech guy.
Yep.
Yeah. I guess my grandson is 6.
I get to work with educators, kids, and tech guys, so it's fun. I get to do all 3. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I want out of tech. I do.
I want in.
I just want to start.
I want in more. We'll trade places.
Yeah, I want out of tech. I don't want to train people how to do anything tech related. I don't want to do anything tech related unless it's what I want to do. So like,
get your butt out of there.
Make it hobbies. Well, we don't have a Devin here, so Jester, if Blue wants to put Blue's butthole on stream, then that would be fine. It's not a stream until at least. Yeah, there's no pixel for Pixel to flash the camera. So
and Loki and Freya are in the other room. So
yeah,
just a little bit of cat butthole.
That's all it takes, man. That's all it
I
takes.
only posted this on Twitter, and then it was on YouTube when I just randomly went live. Where'd everybody see it? YouTube or on Twitter, or they were just happened to be on YouTube. And seeing it?
Nope, you
Okay.
popped up in my YouTube feed.
Yeah, YouTube.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I honestly, Jerry, to be completely honest, I look at Twitter. Usually I sit down and the first thing I do is I go to YouTube. Then I'll just kind of flip Facebook real quick because anymore I'm just so tired of Facebook that I'll just kind of give it a couple of quick flips just to see all the political blah, blah, blah. And, you know, all the whiny crybaby this and that. And I'm like, all right, I've had enough. I'm about to delete Facebook. I better go on to something else. And then I'll load Twitter. So I got from YouTube to Facebook, and then you were making the comments about how Dan better come in, and I'm like, shit, can't let Jerry down. So I was like, I gotta join. So I joined. I didn't even get a chance to flip through Facebook, so we're doing good. Then I started thinking about the TH3D thing, and I was like, I need to order a fan, and then I might as well get the flex plate while I'm at it. Well, he's got them in stock because who knows when the next time he'll once he runs out, who knows when the next time he'll get them in due to the current state of the world. So I was like, better get one now. So.
Yeah, Doug, I just went to Gigablast last week. So instead of having 300 downs, I got up to 1,000 down. But depending on the time of day and where you run a speed test, it might be 300, it might be 800. So, and then uploads are 35 basically.
Yeah,
but that's costing an arm and a leg.
Yeah, 500 both ways there.
I got
500 up.
Yeah, I'm down.
I've never heard of 500 up. Wow.
It's Norway. They actually don't go over there.
Oh, that all sounds like a dream. We're out in the country. We get like 12 down, 12 up.
Oh,
35 up is I thought was really wow, but yeah, okay.
I'm hoping if all goes well in October, I'll have gig up and down at the school. Pause. My wife tells me pause the stream. Hold on a second, guys.
My wife dream.
Yeah, I know my brother. He's got firewood and all that.
Come on, Blue. We're on the move.
Lost Amanda.
To light.
My Kier box that I made that I'm actually rather proud of.
It's nice.
Sweet.
I bought a metal trash can from Lowe's that has a pop-up lid. You step on it, it pops up. I took out the guts, which is all stainless steel inside, and ran lights up it.
Nice.
Awesome.
Then it sits on a mirror, and then I have a battery-operated turntable.
Nice.
Looks good.
Our burnt has begun.
Nice.
Hmm. 12 down and 8 up.
I'm right now. I'm getting at best. I'm getting 8 down and like 3 up at best. So that's why every now and then you guys will be looking at me and I'll get real pixelated and grainy because if anybody else is doing anything on the internet, forget about it. Bandwidth just went through the tank or like through the floor.
I added my phone to it and just internet. I don't have cable TV, and it's through cable, and I'm paying $116 a month now. That's just for my internet and phone.
Yeah, I'll be going. Hopefully, I keep saying it, keep pushing it out. But as of right now, the scheduled date is the 15th. So the 15th, all goes well, I'll have gigabit now. So I'll be back up to gigabit, and I'll be streaming in full 720 or 1080.
Get hold of an IT person to fix her internet. She's having problems.
Yeah. On that note, I'm going to bed, guys. Like no joke. So you guys have a good one, Barry.
Well,
thanks
thank you for coming in. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for.
Dan.
I'll talk to you guys later. Have fun. Stay out of trouble. And I'll probably be listening to the stream in bed. I just don't like to stream from bed. The wife gets mad when you do those kind of things. She tells me to say that for our OnlyFans account. So
I'll probably be on for about another half hour, and then I'll stop. And then I can go sit down and watch TV and raid the fridge and eat something. So.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.
All right,
Take
see ya.
care. And then there were 5.
Yeah.
Final 5.
Dun, dun, dun.
Here, let's put Mike over here. He's not participating at the moment. We'll put him in a corner. There
Good
she
stuff.
is.
I'm back.
It's working again. What happened?
I know. Yay! Now I can hear you. Okay.
So, Vince, you haven't
Yeah.
spoken about 20 minutes or so. How's everything going?
Oh, I'm finding ways to spending my money on the auction. I got a winning bid on one of those. Shoot, what is that CNC router I was telling you about? I found one, so I threw a bid on it, but I don't expect to win. But I threw a bid on it. It is the oh shoot, where is it? There you go. That 3018 CNC Pro router, a little 300 by 180 by 45, something small. So, and it's that open box, and it looks like everything's on it. So I'll throw a small bit on it. I ain't worried about it.
Yeah. Hopefully you're lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I won some other stuff. I gotta go pick up. No 3D related stuff though.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, guys. Keep chatting away.
Well, I'll get much more.
I got to rock
We're
and
gonna
roll
leave the
myself.
kids in charge.
What's that, Jester?
I was going to say I got to rock and roll as well. I feel like I've accomplished some goals. I've jumped in and had a little bit of a chatty chat with you guys, which is always fandiddly-tastic. It is it's nice to get to know you all.
Yeah, same.
This 3D printing community is it's cool. It's all so cool. Everybody's printing cool stuff and working on awesome projects. And
Yeah, generally great guys and gals. It's the most friendly community I've been a part of ever.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Yeah.
Right? What
Yes.
What is everybody currently printing anyway?
I'm
Minecraft
printing.
cubes.
Yeah, you first.
Minecraft cubes.
Nice.
I'm printing new sliders for the headset because these are broken. So
Sweet.
hopefully they'll fix it. And I'm thinking about making some new ones with Viking horns. So
Yes, do it.
yeah, probably if I have the energy to do that tomorrow or today. It's 6 a.m. here, so
Oh my gosh.
Coffee.
yeah, I've been up for almost about 20 hours I think now. So
Well, what's a few more?
yeah, I should probably get to sleep soon. I hope at least, but we'll see.
That's a long day.
Yeah, it's too many of those and too little sleep. That gets to me. I'm getting old.
Yeah, I think that can get to anybody. I gotta start getting more than 5.5 hours of sleep every night.
Yeah, I think I'm probably about an average of 2 hours a day
Oh,
for
I'm back.
months.
Gross.
Yeah, no,
Anyway,
others are like 4.
yeah, that's also too little. 5.5 too.
Yeah, you have
It's-
an interesting voice. I think you'll be good at this.
Yeah, it's currently 6:10 a.m. here in Norway.
And
Yeah, Carl.
Vince,
Barely.
what are you printing?
Nothing. I'm on a slight hiatus. I haven't gotten around to starting up anything yet, but I still got a couple more days off before I go back to work. So I'm gonna try to find something. But right now I'm just more organizing and moving stuff around. I had a loss of room.
It's always a solid strategy. I feel like I have to clean up my my room on a regular basis because I just fill it with more crap.
Yeah, I feel like that's all the time. I just don't clean it up properly.
Candy
Ever.
corn, dollar store.
I was gonna say, are you sharing Halloween candy already? Because
I don't give out candy anymore because there's nobody in my neighborhood that comes near my house. But this year, I think it's going to be a flop everywhere. Actually, I don't think anybody's going to go trick or treating.
so we were looking at in our haunt community, because I'm part of the haunt community too. We were looking at building an automatic candy machine that you put your trick or treat bag underneath, and it has like a red light sensor kind of thing, or what, I don't even know what it's called, the little sensor,
Yeah.
and it drops like candies in your bag. So
the smart kid just do that.
yeah, exactly. That's what I said. I go. It has to be like timed, right?
Facial
'Cause if not,
recognition.
I'd totally be that kid to keep doing this for hours, and there'd be a line going down the street. So
I'd be worried about the adult that does that comes up and just wants to take it all.
I honestly, like, I'll give candy to anybody because half the time it's my ex-students, their parents, their little brothers and sisters, their cousins. I don't even care. But this year we're not going to hand out candy. It's just not kind of happened.
We just need to make a candy cannon. Open up the door, fire the cannon, close the door. You're good.
No, so we have a 2-story house. So there's actually a window outside, like my husband's office, where the 3D printer and stuff is. And he was talking about making a cannon and just shooting it out the window, or having like a chute that goes off the roof and down to where the kids are, and they can put their bag, and then you just like send it off. But I don't know. Something fun, but I think we're just gonna do 3D projection mapping. Honestly, that's probably gonna be the safest thing this year. I don't know.
Mike, Brian's wondering what you're plotting in the background.
It's gonna be a couple signs for a church. So I basically babysit this thing, for most nights it's 12 hours a day, but tonight's kind of a shorter night because I'm not working on my birthday anymore. So, yeah.
Wait, it's your birthday?
Today's your birthday? Happy birthday.
Yeah, today is.
Happy birthday.
That was 15 minutes ago.
Oh, happy birthday.
So.
Oh, super mega happy birthday to Mike, that guy, the person that I do not know. It's that guy, Mike guy. Happy birthday. Hope you're having the greatest and best day. Oh, yeah, so happy birthday to that one, the random Mike.
I'm going to come here on my birthday now.
That is actually my thing. I got tired of happy birthday songs. Like, what? We're at 10 years now. I hate them. I hate the classic happy birthday to you. I hate it. So I started singing random happy birthday songs, just completely random every single time. And that's my gift to people is just I've got people that don't answer because they want to save it as the recording. Yeah, people look forward to them every year. If that wasn't one of my best, I apologize about that, Mike.
Are you gonna start doing cameo appearances now, where we have to pay you for the singing telegram?
Yeah.
One of the YouTubers I watch, he does a lot of videos on OBS Studio. I can't think of his name, but he has a really super deep voice, and he sounds like a DJ. I can't think of his name.
He probably is a DJ.
Yeah. Buddy of mine, anytime he walks up to you or something, it won't even be your birthday, but he'll say, happy birthday, and when he goes to shake your hand or something. But he's gotten lucky a couple times. It's actually been the person's birthday too.
Yeah. Can I imagine their faces then?
Yeah. Oh, wait, do you do unbirthday songs?
An unbirthday song?
Yeah, because it's my unbirthday today.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
I can make a song about anything.
That's awesome.
Camp Nanak, is that it? Nanak?
Yeah, Camp Nanak. I don't. It's just a T-shirt. It doesn't mean anything to me at least. But yeah, Norwegian flag, Canadian. Oh, Canadian there. Whatever that is.
Since Corrality had the smoking issue that turned out to not really be that big of a deal, supposedly, ANET is off the hook. So ANET's probably jumping up and down happy that now for the next 10 years, people will talk about Corrality and forget about ANET.
Yeah. Reality sales will increase.
Who knows?
Yeah. The latest printers hasn't been that bad. Some of them are okay.
Dave says, happy birthday, Mike.
Yep, I've seen that. Thanks.
Okay. If I missed posting something on the screen in chat, I apologize. I try to get everybody's comment posted, unless there's 100 people watching or something, and then I can't keep up with it.
Oh, yeah. That wouldn't be possible.
Yeah,
Then you couldn't talk anything.
No.
Yeah, I hate when the chat just goes.
Yeah.
You can't follow
Possible. No.
Yeah.
I was watching somebody the other day. I forget who it was, and they had I don't remember, 2,000 people watching all at once. It was something crazy. Now 2 people just went down, or something refreshing.
Wow.
Okay.
That's crazy.
And chat was just going by 100 miles an hour.
Yeah. Impossible to follow.
Yeah, and then you have the people paying the $5 or something here just to have their, thing read, but even those go 1,000 miles an hour too.
Brian!
Hey,
Hello,
Brian.
my 3D printing friends. Brian Vine, BB3D just stopped.
Hey.
He's going to be on my live stream tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Pacific if you guys want to come say hi.
Oh,
Nicely
very
nice. Hello, Brian.
Brian.
I'll hold my hellos for later. No.
Brian, this is my first official hangout where I'm not doing a voiceover or face rig. Well, I've been streaming for 2 hours, 47 minutes now, and I thought I was only going to do it for about an hour, but people
We
keep
kept
talking or
coming
somebody
in.
else pops in. I understand why the hangouts keep going. If somebody else pops in, so you want to give them airtime and talk to them for a while, so it just keeps running.
Yeah. Let's start spreading and see if we can make it to 24 hours.
Right?
Thank you,
right.
Brian.
We can all pop out and other people can pop in. You can just keep
Yeah.
going, Jerry.
Yeah.
Still room for
I'm on their
24
basic
hours.
plan. I'm not sure how many people I can have on here. I'm on the basic plan, so
10.
Yeah.
10.
I
Okay.
think there's 10, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I have 10. I have the base. I don't even have a basic plan. I just have the whatever I can get plan.
And I'm only on YouTube. I didn't stream to Facebook this time with this. But maybe on the Hangouts, maybe in the future, I'll put them on Facebook also. I don't know. It's more exposure.
Yeah, I stream to YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope. No, yeah, I enabled that, but I haven't streamed after. So, but next stream.
I'm not on Twitch. I've been on it once in a blue moon watching people, but I guess I need to learn more about Twitch. I figured it's primarily gamers, isn't it?
No.
Oh no.
It used to be, but it isn't anymore.
I
got a
went
little
to
bit of
the I totally went to the UK this weekend, and then I went to Germany this weekend, and then I went somewhere else this weekend on a whole music festival tour. Like, it was awesome. It was so.
So
cool.
do I have to set up a page on Twitch? I think I'm subscribed or whatever you do. I'm logged in. Do I have to
Yeah.
set up some kind of a page or what?
You could just if you do Jerry3HP, you could just do that, or whatever your name is on Twitch. I just stream to Twitch. I don't stream on anything else.
Okay.
But I use
Hi, Ben. How you
Streamlab.
doing?
It's super fun.
Hey Ben.
Hey, Ben.
Yeah, Ben lives down in Texas. He's a retired judge. He has shitty internet, and he loves to design stuff. And he has probably a whole closet full of 3.0, I believe it is, filament that he
Oh,
got
wow.
a great deal on. So he's got enough to lasting. It'll outlive him. I mean, he'll have filament. His wife will have filament when he's no longer around.
Oh, having that much filament sounds excellent.
Yeah, I wish I had that much.
Kind of considering actually getting a filament maker and buying some pellets. My dad works at Dow, and he figures he could get me a metric crap ton of it for cheap.
Oh,
Sweet.
definitely.
Do it.
You totally could.
Right?
Yeah. Brian, things are goodish. I still have no energy, but otherwise good. Still waiting to get some energy so I can create some videos and do some streams on the email. Hopefully that'll happen soon. I think about that printer every day, so yeah, I want to get it done, or at least get started, so I can go forward.
Thinking about a pellet extruder. I'm not sure what that is.
Oh yeah, I saw one on Twitter the other day. What was that again?
That's what you could use to make your own filaments.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're thinking about the one that's mounted on the printer, or a dedicated extruder to make the filament?
I was thinking the dedicated. The one that you could mount on it would be insanely cool.
Yeah, let me see if I can find that. What was it again? Yeah, I'll find it just a sec.
Yeah, I saw it too, but I forget who posted it.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, guys. I just gotta feed my printer some pellets here. No big deal or anything. Oh, you use rolls of plastic? That's so 2019.
Yeah, found it.
I used to save all my old prints and all my spools. I did a video like a year ago. I threw away like 300 or 400 spools because I saved every one, and I saved all my failed prints and most of my support, but I eventually threw it away. I had too much. But maybe I should, but I didn't separate it. So if I ever found out a way to recycle it and make filament, I can't be mixing ABS, PG, and PLA together, and they weren't separated in the box. And you can't just look at it, obviously, and determine what's what, for sure.
I pasted the link in chat, so you can take a look at the pellet extruder or recycle extruder.
Yeah, I still have all my old spools. Actually, I worked on a video with a Kickstarter here. One sec.
So you can only put the pellets in there. Can you put any like I don't know. I call them bird's nests. I don't know what you guys call them.
You need to grind it up first.
But you can put it in there eventually.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It looks interesting. Don't remember how much it cost though.
Look out, Jerry. You gotta make a Christmas tree out of your spools.
So this was a cool project. I worked on making a video for a Kickstarter that was running that recycles old spools and turns it into terrain.
Cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's neat.
Sweet.
So there's that piece, and then here, one second. And then this one is actually a dice tower.
Wow.
It's got the whole, and then you throw the dice. I don't have a dice here handy, but yeah, I mean, pretty fantastic. As a tabletop gamer, I mean, something where we can use our spools and have it as a decorational piece or even just a centerpiece for gaming. It's super cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Definitely.
Yeah, Ben. It looks really interesting. Would love to test that out on email.
Yeah, my wife wants my current spools to make a Christmas tree out of spools and paint it, and I don't know, either have it in the house or out front. I guess we can set on top of her car, but
yeah, that's nice.
So I'm gonna start resaving them. Yeah, this is really annoying. You pop up a chat and everybody keeps going small, big, small, big.
Yeah.
They need to leave that alone.
It's all good. It's all good.
In the front
Yeah,
yard,
she says in the front yard. Yeah,
Oh,
I usually
that
put
thing's
lights on the
cool.
picket fence and around the house and, garage, stuff like that. We skipped Christmas last year. I couldn't afford Christmas, so we skipped it.
Wow.
Yeah, but I'll say one thing the spools might be good for is like if you're winding up old Christmas tree lights or something on them too.
Yeah.
Just
I
for
was just thinking
storage.
Halloween lights.
When I take them down every year, I put them in garbage bags, put them back in the shed, and then the next year I'm thinking, okay, now which one went where? And then you got to sit there and figure out what strand went where, and then you say, well, when I take them down, I'm going to separate them, but when I take them down, I put them right back in the bag, and I go through that whole process for next year.
Yeah.
That's next year's Jerry's problem.
The filament feeder, that thing is cool.
Yeah. It is.
Phone.
I want one.
That's fancy. That's the future right there.
Yeah. It's very interesting. So I'll test one out when I can afford to.
Mhm.
Don't know when.
Yeah, what is that thing worth? Let's just take a gander.
Yeah. Don't remember where.
Oh, pre-orders September 2020.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
The Lily Pellet Extruder,
Level
the
9.
3D printer extruder to unlock sustainability and limitless customization. The Lily Pellet Extruder is the key for makers, businesses, educational facilities, and research labs to access reliable fused granular fabrication. Darn, that's cool.
Is this what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should get them to get you to do the voiceover for the commercial and then the infomercial, and then you can like have one to test out.
Oh, I would test that out.
Yeah. For sure.
Where are they from? I was looking for their Panama. Oh, Panama, Barcelona.
Yeah.
Cool.
Looks like sprinkles for donuts.
Jimmy?
It does.
It looks like the pellets that are in my cat box that washes the granules.
Yep. I got one of
That's
them.
exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, Genie for the win.
Yes. Oh my God, it's the best thing in the world.
Yeah. When it works.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
trying
We're on,
forward. Oh.
we're on our third one. Like we've had them for like 15 years. We're on our third one. I'm like, let's just keep upgrading. Like, just keep going.
Yeah. I wish they would come out with a newer one, but
Yeah.
my main thing with the thing is like why they didn't make it like a why they have the thing that spins instead of doing like an extruder. I think that would
Yeah.
work better than what they have.
I don't know. Maybe we'll redesign one and then they can
Yeah.
pay us for it.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's trying to get rid of layer lines in their prints. I guess that'll be the new normal. Is now everybody's going to want to see layer lines because that'll be the new art.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I gotta go. My wife's calling me.
Yeah. Later. Yeah, it's a large nozzle on it, so you see the ley lines pretty clearly.
It doesn't bother me.
No,
I like
depends on
the
what it is.
sands. I like to sand stuff. The thing that was bothering me is this thing, because when my husband was printing the little insert pieces, because they're each individual pieces,
Yeah.
they were too big a little bit, so I had to take like a file and like go, like literally I was sitting here with Zolan and a couple other people like just filing stuff on like this. I'm like, yes, I'm just filing.
Hold it up to the screen so we can see
It took
it.
forever. So it's just a box, like it's PLA, but then it has like the opaque. I don't even know what he used, but
Is that for like Minecraft?
yeah, it's a Minecraft box. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put LEDs inside. And then have some like a remote so that it can change colors. So it's like red stone, purple stone, whatever.
I've got one of those that is the electronic little box with the little glowing LED. But yeah, I mean, as far as printing one, now if it wasn't so much for the cutouts, you can almost, if you had just like a real thin translucent PLA sheet printed and then just glue them inside.
Yeah,
So
I thought about that.
Cut out.
Yeah, I don't know. I wanted them to have like, I don't know. I wanted it to be translucent, but like they were also saying I could have poured resin in it. Like I could have done the resin thing and then sanded it. Like I probably should have done that. Or I only have my, we have the Ender 3 Pro. So that's all we have right now. And you could have even got like the one that has like the two, like the dual or whatever, and done that. But I wanted the challenge of doing it. And now this has been 2 months. Literally not happening ever again. Not going to happen. I'd rather put tape inside and pour resin on it and go because, yeah. But it was been a fun project. Like it gives me that mindless, like little tiny tedious stuff that I can get offline and just do. It's fun.
I got to rock and roll. I'm rolling off my phone here. My phone's gonna die. So you guys all have yourselves a super duper ridiculously awesome and fantastic night.
Nice meeting you. Thank you very much for stopping by.
Thanks
seeing you.
for hanging out.
Later.
Take care.
That's funny.
Yeah, I should probably get to bed soon too. It's 6:30 now, so
Ooh.
let's try to get
Yeah.
some sleep.
Yeah, I'm about to ready to go there myself, so I think I'm gonna pop out too.
He was still talking, and I bumped him out. I guess I should let him take himself out. So when you guys leave, you can take yourself out.
He's like, see yourself out the door.
Bye.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out, right, Cherry?
Yeah, I'm gonna go hang out and watch TV here in a minute. I really appreciate everybody stopping by, and this went great. So now every week I'll do a hangout, and then I'll do a live stream also. So I'll be on at least twice a week.
Cool.
Cool.
This has been a lot of fun. I've been hanging out in everybody else's streams. I need to start doing it more. So I need to help build up my YouTube channel. So I'll start doing hangouts. Everybody in chat that's watching, thank you very much for coming by. And you never know, I'm just randomly going to pop up here and there, other than my weekly live streams. So
Yeah, I hopefully I'll stream more in the time ahead too.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. Just hang out and talk to everybody. It's great. So,
Yeah.
I think it's a month.
My problem's
since
I'm
the last
usually
time.
at work when people get on. So
Yeah. I'm usually at work and I just turn it on.
I'll probably stream a bit earlier, so maybe you're off work then. Well, I don't know. You have long shifts, don't you? So
yeah, usually when I work, I'm at least 24 hours.
yeah,
It's just that when I'm at work, like on my downtime, I can kind of like watch. I just can't be on because I'm in uniform.
yeah.
It's so frustrating, right? It's like you want to be there, you want to go in, you want to do it, but then like I'm sitting here with the work computer, like listening to music, going, I should be there too.
I missed Mike leaving. Goodbye. I didn't even realize Mike left.
Well,
That's so funny.
Yeah, good night, Ben
Michael.
Brady.
Good
Brian
night, John.
Vines.
Good night, John
Betty
Boy.
Boop.
Not everyone.
Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.